Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina. How are we all doing today on Monday? From the usual little swap
We
here. We usually do
we're doing it on
Saturdays.
a different day. We usually have time to do it on the weekend on Saturdays, like Josh just said.
Mm-hmm.
These episodes are usually updated or uploaded by Sunday. But hey, it was doing a little bit of a different thing this time.
Yeah, you never know.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'll be curious. This is the first time I believe we've ever done this on a day that's not the weekend.
Yeah, all
Uh,
right.
so it's a little weird, but I'm excited because it's different, and
and
also I want to before we continue, I want to wish you a very happy International Women's Day because
yes,
that is today. So
to all the badass ladies out there, keep being a bunch of badasses. Is what I
damn
say.
straight, damn straight. So yeah,
Um,
it'll
yeah,
be a fun one today. We're talking about WandaVision. The entire series is now over. We've seen every episode. I've seen some of them twice. Uh, yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about this one.
All right.
It'll be good.
This is episode 65, by the way. So we're getting
Mhm.
up there, guys. We're getting up there.
Yeah.
I can't believe we've done this for 65 episodes. Some of my favorite moments in streaming have been on this show with Daniel. So, um, fuck yeah,
It's
man.
been fun.
Let's hit it.
Fun, yeah.
We always start the show off by talking about what we've been up to the past week, but this time it's going to be what we've been up to the past couple weeks because I don't believe we had a show.
It's been a little bit, yeah. It's been a bit since we had one. Some of you might even notice that my cameras may be different or some. I recently readjusted my setup. I got a new desk and all that stuff. So certain things might be a little different.
Upgrades,
Uh,
bro. Upgrades.
yeah. Some of you may not have even noticed, but yeah, it's that's what it is. But anyway, yeah. What we've been up to the past while because it's been a little bit.
What you got first?
Well,
Mm,
been watching a lot of stuff and playing a lot of stuff as usual. Uh, as always, well, first of all, let's start with what's been going on stream for me because I finally beat Breath of the Wild a while back. I started Control. We're currently going through that, so that's been pretty fun. Um, and then been playing some stuff off stream like Red Dead Online, which I haven't played in a little bit, but I mean these are this is stuff from the past 2 weeks, I suppose now. Uh, Overwatch, of course, Valheim, um, playing Raft, GTFO is another one that I've been playing more recently, as in like past couple days recently. Like that one's very recent. Um, and then I watched the Netflix documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats."
that's right.
That was something, man. Like that was crazy, dude. That was fucking crazy. If you know, you know, but yeah. And then I watched the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy Earthrise, which sounds ridiculous to say because it's a mouthful, but it was the second part of the three-part trilogy that they're planning on doing for Netflix. So yeah, I overall I would say I enjoyed the first season maybe a little bit more uh, than than the second one. The second one was kind of like whatever to me, but yeah. Um, I watched a bit of the Chef Show, because I like to watch some of that stuff here and there, because it's just fun to watch that kind of thing. Um, we watched Age of Samurai. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Daniel and I watched that together. It's pretty dope. If you haven't seen it,
Very very
check it
cool.
out.
Very very cool.
Not super
Uh,
long. It's like 6 episodes, I think, or
Six
something like that.
episodes on Netflix. Yeah, also watched this movie called The Lighthouse, which I'd been wanting to watch.
Good lord.
Uh, that movie did not go the way I thought it was going to. Um, I said this at the time when we watched it, but like I didn't know how that movie was gonna go, but I certainly did not expect it to go that way. I don't know what the hell I thought that was gonna be, but it was something, man. It has Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in it. It's a black and white movie about these two guys at a lighthouse, and it's yeah, it's something. It is something. Um, and then I watched just a bunch of movies over the past like week. Some rewatch, some for the first time, but Platoon, Talladega Nights, the Ricky Bobby movie, Ferris Bueller, John Wick, Police Academy, Batteries Not Included, just a lot of movies recently. But that's pretty much been it. Yeah, just movies and games and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Apart from the other stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. How about you?
For me, the past couple weeks I've been trying to work out more. I know we've talked to in voice chat about this kind of stuff where we're like trying to change my outlook to be a little bit more positive, and so I've been working
Yeah.
out more over the past week. I've actually been working out a lot more and changing up my diet and kind of how I'm doing things. I only I try. I'm not gonna say I do it every day because I'm not perfect at anything. Nobody is, but
Mhm.
I only eat usually 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. After that, I don't eat anymore. So I fast pretty much the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Uh, I've been walking every day for 20 minutes, and then I come in and I do like 20 minutes of like weightlifting and stuff like that. And really, I
Nice.
can tell a big difference in my mental attitude. And if you're wondering, I have a fork randomly just sitting here. Um, um, but I can tell a big difference just mentally in how I've been feeling after that. I'm not feeling as shitty as I was. I'm drinking tons more water. I'm shooting to hit my water goal every day now. I kind of slipped the
Nice,
last couple
nice.
days, and it's kind of messed with me a little bit, but I am getting back into it. And the biggest thing is like when I screw up, I'm like, yeah, I screwed up, and then I move on. I don't dwell on it. I don't like make a big deal out of it. Hey, I fucked up, and then I'm gonna do better. Um,
Yeah.
so I did a weigh in today, and it's been like a couple weeks, and I've lost 6 pounds. So
Oh,
like I would call that a pretty good start, uh,
it's pretty good. Yeah.
but a ways to go still. And I feel like I can tell like in my face a little bit. Like I feel like my face isn't as fat. I'm getting rid of like that third chin I had. I can get the second one gone. But that's the working out stuff, and just trying to have a more positive mindset.
Yeah.
Um, Played a bit of Valheim, not a whole lot. The big game I've been playing, I'll talk about, um, is Loop Hero. So I bought Loop Hero the other day. It's like $12 on Steam right now. Let me double check that real quick for you guys. And Let me get the info up. I should have already had it up, but I'm professional on this show, and we doing it live. Um,
Professional.
Loop Hero. I've played about 4 hours of it so far, so I just bought this the other day. And I'm really enjoying it, and it is $12.74. It's 15% off right now. Not a super expensive game. Um, it's about I'll read the little blurb for you. It says the Lich has thrown the world into a timeless loop and plunged its inhabitants into never-ending chaos. Wielding an expanding deck of mystical cards to place enemies, buildings, and terrain along each unique expedition loop for the brave hero. So basically, you play like this hero, and it's just a big loop. It's exactly what it says. It's a loop. And your hero travels around the loop, and you get these cards, and you place the cards down, and some of them can spawn monsters, some of them can put like a village there. It'll give you a quest when you pass through it or heal you. Um, so I'm not super far into it. But I've liked what I've played so far, and like the battling system is like it just auto battles, but you try to equip your best gear and stuff, and try to make it through each loop and collect resources, and you can upgrade this village town thing, and like I'm still learning it, obviously, but I think it's worth the $12 for sure. I think it's worth what it would be normally, which is 15. But um,
Nice.
liking it so far. If you have a spare $12 and any of that, like. So it's like a roguelite, so you kind of keep some of your progress if you lose, if you like get killed. But if you have like a spare $12, you don't mind taking a shot on something, take a shot at Loop Hero. Um, we watched and moving on from the games. That's kind of all the game stuff I've dealt with. A lot of my past couple weeks have actually just been the workout changes. We watched Batteries Not Included, which as we watched it, I realized that I'd probably seen this as a little kid. Um, but we were joking around with it pretty hard. If you've never seen Batteries Not Included, if you don't know what it is, it's pretty funny to watch because like it's like they're
Hmm.
trying to tear down these people's building, and then all of a sudden these UFO robots show up. So if you've never seen it, check it out. It's pretty interesting. And then we
Yeah.
watched Clue. There were a couple of people that hadn't seen the movie Clue before. Um, and that was really a lot of fun, especially with people that hadn't seen it before and get to see if they could figure out who done it. Um, but that's gonna be it for me. That's all I've done the past couple weeks there.
There you go.
I'm kind of gearing up for some tabletop RPG stuff, but not quite hit full steam on that yet. All right.
Nice.
That's what we've been up to, guys. It is news time, I believe, and we have a little bit of news, quite a bit of news, because we've missed a couple weeks.
Yeah, we actually do have quite a bit. There might be some that we missed because there's just a lot to keep track of over the past, little bit. But we'll go ahead here and start off with what we got, and we'll see from there. But anyway, um, let's go ahead and get into it then, right?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Alrighty. So first piece of news we have here for the gaming side of things is Watch Dogs Legion is getting co-op tomorrow.
Oh, damn.
Tomorrow, Watch Dogs Legion is getting a multiplayer mode for the open world game. It was supposed to have initially launched on December 3rd, 2020, but it was delayed to now in order to develop or in order to allow developers time and space to patch out the game's many bugs.
Yes.
Um, so players will be able to freely roam London in cooperative groups. There will also be a series of co-op missions and a raid-like mission called Leader of the Pack that requires a 4-person fire team. Um, Beyond that, Watch Dogs Legion will also get a competitive mode called Spider-Bot Arena, in which 4 players compete in a free-for-all deathmatch with the game's Spider-Bot gadgets. Uh, Ubisoft calls it Legion's first available player versus player mode. Uh, Players who picked up the game season pass will also get access to 2 single-player missions. One, Guardian Protocol, is about rogue AI algorithms, and the second one, Not in Our Name, is all to do with misinformation and a ruthless tabloid owner. So that is happening tomorrow. So if you have Watch Dogs Legion, keep an eye out for this update because it's happening mañana, tomorrow.
Interesting. We'll have to check that out, I guess.
Yeah, I know Josh that you have it, so yeah, you
I
definitely
do.
have to let
I
us know
was,
how that is.
I was just playing some old gameplay footage over that, by the way, guys. That
I
wasn't anything new.
I was waiting on this game uh to get it at some point. I still don't have it. So I'm gonna wait to get it eventually, but I do want to check it out.
Wait for a
But
sale, I would say.
yeah,
Personal
yeah.
preference.
So yeah, definitely. Like I said, I know you have it, so definitely let us know how that is, because I'm intrigued by that.
All right.
Uh, Moving on from Watch Dogs. Uh, so here's something that we all knew was going to happen, and it wasn't confirmed until a little bit more recently. But Anthem is dead.
Yep.
The BioWare game Anthem that everybody thought was looked interesting before it came out, and then they came out, and then
It was
you
a
know,
big disaster, that one.
yeah, and then it was like the Iron Man simulator basically that just didn't, yeah, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna work on the game and make it better. Yep, turns out it's no longer they're no longer doing that. So Anthem Next is done. They're keeping the live service running, but like I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who's still playing this game to be honest. Since the launch, they've been trying to improve it, but like whatever. Uh, they put out an update on the Bioware website. I don't know if you want to go ahead and read that, Josh, or
Yeah, I can
no.
read it.
Yeah,
It
go for it.
says this was February 24th, so it's a little bit old now, but we'll read it anyway. It's just a
Yeah.
quick little read. It says, "Friends, in the spirit of transparency and closure, we want to share that we've made the difficult decision to stop our new development work on Anthem, aka Anthem Next. We will, however, continue to keep the Anthem live service running as it exists today. Since Anthem's launch, the team has been working hard to continually improve the game, releasing multiple updates that brought with them a variety of improvements and introduced new content to play. Towards the end of 2019, we expanded on that effort and started working on a more fundamental restructure of the game. During the development, we've provided updates revealing some of the team's work through blog posts and conversations with you on social media, and it's been inspiring for us to see the positive reactions and feedback. I've been incredibly proud of the work the team has been doing and excited to see and play each new build of the experience. 2020 was a year unlike any other, however, and while we continue to make progress against all our game projects at at BioWare. Fuck me, bro.
Best Buy.
I had a horrible flashback of when I used to work at Best Buy for some reason. Um,
Oh
I have
shit,
no
that's
idea
pretty
where that
funny.
came from. BioWare working from home during the pandemic because I think when 2020 started, I was working at Best Buy. That's what happened. Working from home during the pandemic has had an impact on our productivity. And not everything we had planned as a studio before COVID-19 can be accomplished without putting undue stress on our teams. I know this will be disappointing to the community of Anthem players who have been excited to see the improvements we've been working on. It's also disappointing for the team who are doing brilliant work, and for me personally. Anthem is what brought me to BioWare, and the last 2 years have been some of the most challenging and rewarding experiences of my life. Game development is hard. The decisions like these are not easy. Moving forward, we need to laser focus on our efforts as a studio to strengthen the next Dragon Age and Mass Effect titles, while continuing to provide quality updates to Star Wars: The Old Republic. To the Anthem community, thank you for your passion and creativity. Your feedback and suggestions most certainly help shape the team's direction, and on a personal note, your kindness and encouragement were much needed last year. Please stay safe and be kind to each other. Strong alone and stronger together. That is by Christian Daly
Daily,
over at the
yes.
BioWare.
So yeah, there's their reasoning for letting go of Anthem, which again, I mean, we all knew like
It was probably going to happen.
yeah, like they're like, oh, we're gonna work on it, we're gonna make it better. But like, I mean, come on, man, like we all knew this was gonna happen.
EA came to check them out. They obviously did not think there had been enough progress or like what they saw, and they just pulled the plug on it. And, sometimes you got to do that. It sucks for those people that wanted to see what was coming next. It sucks for the people that were working on that really wanted to get a better experience to those people. But they just decided it's probably not worth the money to continue this. So it's better to put that cash toward the next Mass Effect, toward the next Dragon Age, and to whatever other secret things that BioWare is working on.
Yeah. Which I kind of feel bad for people who bought the game and were like, all right, well, it's shitty now, but it's gonna get better, right? And then now it's like, nope, it ain't.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna.
unfortunate.
It ain't gonna get better. Of
And I'm sure COVID-19 did play a huge part in that too. Like
course,
last
yeah.
year was a
It affected a lot of things.
huge just down year for all that stuff. So if we have nothing more to say on that, we can move on
Yeah. Well, speaking of
or
Bioware,
slide into the next story.
yeah. Speaking of Bioware, EA has removed the multiplayer mode from the new Dragon Age game. As a report from Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg. So yeah, EA has made the decision to remove all of their planned multiplayer components from the game, according to people familiar with the matter. This is a significant shift because, as we all know, within the most well, within the most recent years, a lot of their games have been very online monetization
The live service,
focused.
basically, right?
Yeah, they've been live service. That's a good word for it. So yeah, I imagine that a big part of this decision was Jedi Fallen Order, because that was a single player experience that I'm pretty sure most people enjoyed. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know if there's somebody that I know that played the game and didn't like it. I've heard nothing but good things about Jedi Fallen Order. I've obviously played it. You guys can go
Mm-hmm.
watch my playlist. I've played it. It's great. I enjoy the game. We recently did the games of the decade from what was it, 2010 to 2020, something like
I
that.
believe so.
Uh, and it was my game of the year for 2019, Jedi Fallen Order. So, but yeah, I'd imagine that the single player game of Jedi Fallen Order made them kind of rethink the whole online multiplayer, kind of thing. And then obviously, and then also in addition to that, the game we just finished talking about, Anthem, which completely failed. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that kind of gives them a little bit more of like, all right, what we were planning on doing for this new Dragon Age game probably shouldn't do anymore.
Yeah.
And then, I'm speaking as somebody who has not played the Dragon Age games. I want to, I have them, I plan on playing them, but there's just so many games I need to get through, man. I'm trying to get through them. But there's a lot. Definitely want to though. I'm very curious about what they're gonna do with this new Dragon Age game. Um, Regardless for not having played the other ones, but yeah. Apparently, during the development, which by the way, the current Dragon Age game that they're uh you know working on has been in development since 2015. But in the fall of 2017, EA and BioWare rebooted the game for like a live service. They wanted to turn it into a live service, and that change led to the departure of creative director Mike Laidlaw, and caused some employees to dismiss the game as Anthem with Dragons. Um, and then EA announced in 2018 that the new Dragon Age uh, well, they announced the new Dragon Age in 2018, but didn't share a whole lot of details. Um, but behind the scenes, there's been a lot of like fluctuation with what the hell they've been trying to do with that game. But members of BioWare's leadership team fought to pivot the game back to single player only. Um, and of course, they not only have been working on Dragon Age, but they've also been working on the new Mass Effect game. As well as the remastered of the trilogy, which is coming out in May. But people consider this Dragon Age game to be critical in the future for BioWare, because after its last two games, Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda were both not very well received. Um, but yeah, so we'll see. There's a team about 30 people that worked on the game uh on Anthem, I should say, that are now going to be helping out on Dragon Age. So yeah, so Josh is somebody who has played Dragon Age, who's a fan of the Dragon Age franchise series.
Mhm.
What say you of this change in development?
Sorry, I was waiting for a truck to pass because they like to yell through my microphone. Um, yeah, this is a good thing. This is a very, very good thing. I'm glad that EA came in and was like, "Hey, we need to not do this. This is terrible. It's a terrible idea. We just had to fucking kill Anthem like last week, like that reboot. We don't want to do that with the next Dragon Age." And they probably went in there with Bioware because there's people. I'm sure there's people at BioWare that wanted to do the live service thing. Everybody likes to make money. Live service is a way to make money. However, I believe EA has seen what happened with Anthem. They weren't making a lot of money, and it tore their already terrible reputation even worse. So they probably came in and was like, guys, look, you guys haven't had, and this is not me shitting on BioWare, although it's going to sound like I am. Guys, you haven't had a hit in a hot minute. Like, we've had nothing but complaints. And look, we all like to point the gun at EA all the time and be like, they're the big bad guy, and they're the ones doing all these decisions. They're all the money man. They're the ones doing all of it.
Right.
It's not that black and white. I guarantee you that. So I imagine they went in there and was like, all right, here's what it is. You guys need to hit a fucking grand slam out of the park, because if you don't, I personally would think they would probably disband BioWare, if you want to know the truth. If they would just probably completely absorb it, they'd probably lay a ton of people off or swap them out or whatever. But I do not think what little bit of BioWare's old credibility that remains would remain much if they made Dragon Age a live service game. So I think this is them giving BioWare, like, here you go. You do the absolute damnedest best you can with this, and don't worry about this live service multiplayer bullshit. You go out there and do the best you can. And you better make it a good one, because if you don't, we'll probably shut you down.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I mean, like, yeah, this game is going to be very, very important for the future of BioWare for sure.
So I definitely want them to hit it out of the park. Dragon Age is a game that I absolutely love. A series that I absolutely love, along with Mass Effect. And anybody that's watched BioWare since it got acquired by Electronic Arts, which has, you know, we point the gun at all the time, and I'm sure they had a good influence on fucking a bunch of shit up, sure. But you'll see there's just the string of mediocre to okay. Like, but that's not BioWare. You need grand slams. All right?
Yeah.
You need a grand slam now. So you better do the best you can. Or you won't have a job.
Hopefully they do the best they can. Yeah.
And they've had a lot of turmoil at that studio. You know, they lost Mike Laidlaw. They've lost Mark Dara. They've lost a lot of those. They've lost Casey Hudson. They've lost a lot of those people that worked there that were BioWare employees for years, many years. I think the biggest thing that hurt them was losing Mike Laidlaw, which, by the way, Mike Laidlaw streams on Twitch. You can go check out his Twitch, and he talks about game development and stuff on there. So, you know, check him out if that's something that interests you. I'm a big fan of Mike Laidlaw. I like hanging out in his Twitch chat. But yeah, I think this is probably EA being like, hey, you got to hit this one out of the park or you're done.
Yeah.
So I hope they absolutely crush it.
We'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I mean, this definitely bodes well that, you know, they're like moving away from the whole live service multiplayer monetization bullshit. So,
and I think it shows EA not being the big evil corporate overlords for once. They're like giving them free reign. Do it. Don't worry about the live service shit. Fuck that. Do it. Do the best you can.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Moving on from that, we have a official teaser trailer for System Shock.
Oh boy,
which looks pretty rad. I like what I see here.
I've never played any of
the original ones.
Nah, I've never played any of those.
Well, then you might want to check this one out.
Yeah,
because it looks pretty cool.
I don't even know what it's about. I know nothing.
There you go.
Oh, we're in space?
It just looks so cool, too. Like, look at this. I don't know if you're watching with sound, Josh, but it's...
I do not have sound on, but
okay.
I can turn it on. Mostly because I was listening to you talk.
Got you. Yeah, it's I like the colors that we see here. I like the vibe they're giving off. It kind of reminds me of like BioShock mixed with like Alien Isolation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're totally right.
I'm digging it. It looks really cool.
I'm definitely interested in it after this little tease because I love I love sci-fi stuff. I always want more of it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I definitely will be checking that out.
the at the end of the official of this little teaser, it says if you pre-order now, you will receive the System Shock 2 Enhanced Edition for free.
Interesting.
So yeah,
We
it
all
looks
like free shit.
this one has been a long time coming. I know they've been working on this game for a good while now, so it's cool that there's finally like a more recent, teaser or update in general, So that's cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That looks very cool. I dig that for sure. Um, Within the past 2 weeks, there was also a PlayStation or a Sony PlayStation State of Play where they announced some things. I forget. You ended up watching this, right?
Yeah, we watched it. You watched it on stream, didn't you? Sorry.
No, I don't think I streamed it. I just watched it like
No. I was thinking of the other thing. My bad. I was thinking of the Nintendo thing.
no the Nintendo one, yeah, but the PlayStation one I think I just watched off stream.
Yeah. Gotcha. I
But
couldn't remember.
here's some stuff that they talked about. Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time, is getting a PS5 upgrade when it launches on March 12th. Faster loading times, dual sense features like improved haptics and adaptive trigger usage, also enhanced 3D audio.
For,
And
the,
also, if you have it on the PS4, you'll be able to transfer saves from PS4 to PS5.
for those of you that are able to get your hands on a PS5, this is for you.
Hmm.
Because it seems to be impossible for the rest of everybody else. I'm not a big Crash Bandicoot guy, though.
I'm not either particularly.
I always played them as a kid, but
I remember playing like I used to have these like old demo discs. For those of you who remember, let's go back in time to about 20 years ago, 2001, right? I used to have this thing called the PlayStation magazine, where they would send you the magazine, and in the magazine you would have a little demo disc. So you'd have like demos and videos for like PS1 games, PS2 games. And on one of those discs, or a couple of them, I forget which ones, but I know at least one. There was some Crash Bandicoot on that, and I remember playing that, like back in the day. So yeah, I've never really played the Crash Bandicoot games other than like on that. So like I've never really been like a huge fan of them. But obviously this is dope for anybody who's a fan of the franchise and everything, and likes this game. So hell yeah, this is for all you guys out there.
yeah, boy. All right, what was next showing, my friend?
Next up, we have a gameplay overview for Returnal, which is the third-person roguelike coming to PS5 on April 30th. And this looks like the Dark Souls-ish kind of, third-person shooter kind of thing.
Yes.
From yeah. Which honestly, this game kind of intrigues me. Like if I had a PS5, this would be one of the games that I'd have my radar. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something about it. Like it looks like a tough game, kind of, but it also looks pretty cool. Like it looks pretty fun. Like looks like something that I would want to play. I don't know. I just dig the whole. I dig the whole vibe from it. Like just watching this video here that you're showing up on stream. It's like I don't know. It just looks cool. Like it looks like something that I would play. You know.
Yeah.
So
Something
yeah,
we've talked
that'll
about
be.
in the past is like how this era of games, like all of them are sci-fi, and this one is definitely super sci-fi horror ish.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Uh,
Fuck those tentacles, man. Majin in the chat brings up a good point. He's like, "Oh, so the tentacles remind me of GTFO." We're playing, yeah, like I said, like I mentioned at the top of the show for what we've been doing the past time or whatever.
mm-hmm.
The GTFO, there's this monster in that game that like has like tentacles coming out of its head. So yeah, it's like, oh fuck that, dude. Fucking PTSD from that. But no, yeah, this
Yeah.
game looks pretty cool. I'm still not sure exactly like what the story is or anything, but uh in terms of like gameplay, it looks fun. And it looks like also like lighting wise, it looks like a very like dark-ish game with like a bunch of bright lights, in the middle of that.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just it looks neat. It looks rad. Like I said, if I had a PS5, this would definitely be on my radar. It releases. It's a PS5 exclusive. And it releases on April 30th. So that we're still a month away from this. But yeah, it looks cool. I'll probably. It's one of those things where it's like I don't know if I should just watch somebody else play it, or if I should just like hold off and see if for whenever I get a PS5, I'll play it myself. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
You might pop in and watch an hour of it and be like if that's for you or not, kind of deal, and then just kind of walk
Yeah,
away. I've done that before with things. If I wanted to check them out, I'm like, am I gonna check this out? I'll watch Code play like an hour of it. Be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna get this to play it myself. Or, I don't think it's for me, but I'll probably still watch Code play it. Kind of things like that.
yeah, because I know I definitely have games like that where it's like I'm not interested enough to play them myself, but like I'm still interested enough to watch somebody else play it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
You
that's
get like a big hint at the story here toward the end, where you go all of a sudden you're first person and you walk into this building.
I know people were like PT or whatever. It's like
I mean,
no,
I know,
hell
right?
no.
That's what it felt like. I know.
Look at that.
Very interesting
That's gonna be
stuff from
PT.
Returnal. I'm definitely kind of
Yeah,
interested. I'm interested in it now more than I was before. So,
gotcha.
all right, what's
Not
next?
next up is Knockout City, which was unveiled earlier this month with some great marketing. The game itself launches on May 21st. So this is one of the EA games that they're doing, kind of like obviously like a sports game, type thing. Um, yeah, I mean it. I will say that I have played this a little bit already.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean it's pretty fun. I mean, from what I tried, it was pretty fun. To me though, it's just one of those games where it's like I'll play it for like a little bit and then I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done with it. But I mean, if you're into like knocking somebody the hell out with the dodgeball, then this is for you. You get to like customize your character and that kind of thing, and there's like a couple of different game modes and whatnot. But yeah, I
KO.
yeah, just
I know you
knock
can
the hell
become the
out of the play.
ball. They show that part. Like, you like literally turn yourself into a weapon for your team, which was pretty funny.
That's funny.
Uh, yeah, there it is. Hey, he's the ball.
Boom.
Uh, I'm probably not gonna play this. I'll be honest. I don't know if this
Yeah,
is
I
for
mean,
me.
no, I understand. I get it. Um, so yeah, that's Knockout City. Next up, the team behind Absolver revealed their next game called Sifu. It is a brawling action game set to release on the PS5 and PS4 sometime later this year.
Yes, this looks interesting to me.
hmm I think it looks pretty cool too as well.
Another one of those things where I'm kind of curious to how this works because as we watch this, you'll see some weird changes happen. But one thing that Absolver did was have that really cool other martial art fighting game. Um, that was really had like a cool combat system to it. So that makes me kind of excited for this. But like, I'm kind of curious to how this is gonna. This because like if you see he loses, gets knocked out, and he magically grows a beard and gets older. So I'm like kind of curious to how that's gonna work out. Like, what does that mean? Does he get more? I don't know, like more better at martial arts the more he gets his ass kicked, or what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like it's gonna have boss fights, which is interesting. And I just love martial arts stuff and haven't really had a whole lot of it since the original Jade Empire. So I'll be definitely
Mhm.
checking this out. It's definitely on my radar.
Yeah, it's on mine as well. It looks fun. It looks like a fun game. Yeah, I have not played Absolver, but it was something that I was like very curious to trying out, but I never got to it. Um, but anyway,
Yeah.
That looks fun. Sifu looks fun, so we'll see what happens. Uh, Next up we have this game called Solar Ash, which was first revealed in 2019, and it's finally coming out this year. It'll be available for both PS4 and PS5. It's a little bit of a gameplay walkthrough here.
It looks very pretty. It's not going to be a game I play. I'll just tell you that right off the bat. I don't play these types of things, but it is. I tend to watch other people play these types of games just because I don't really they don't really. It's not that
They
they
don't
don't appeal
appeal.
to me exactly, but I'm just not very good at them, so they don't appeal to me
Mm,
because I suck.
I got you.
um.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
remember when they showed this off.
for me it depends. Like sometimes I am into these kind of games, sometimes I'm not. I don't know. It depends on the game itself. But I don't know. Yeah, like this is a very like the art style of this is pretty cool. I feel like I mess with this art
it's
style a lot. Like it looks really
it's
cool.
very
Like
pretty. It's
I
very
dig
very
it for
pretty.
sure.
Uh,
Definitely like this art style. I don't know if this is one that I'll play or not. It kind of reminds me of like Journey
yeah.
and like Transistor or something, you know? I don't know, like I don't know. It looks neat, but I don't know if I don't know if I'll be playing this or not. Again, I'll probably like yeah. I'm sure that I watch stream will play it, and I'll watch it that way. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very pretty looking game. Uh, I- Again, for me, it just depends on like the type of or not the type of game, but like just it depends on the game itself. Like some of these I'll be like, yeah, I'll play it, and some of them I'll be like, I'll just and watch somebody else do it. But yeah, I don't know. This one in particular, I'm still not decided, but I mean, it does look pretty neat. So
Mm-hmm.
it's coming out again sometime this year. PS4, PS5. Don't have an exact release date, but yeah.
I did think this part's cool where they're like riding on the back and like of this serpent thing and like
Mhm.
fighting it kind of.
Next up, they announced the Five Nights at Freddy's security breach game, which I never really cared about these Five Nights at Freddy's games. I'm just gonna be honest.
Nah.
So this is not for me.
My only knowledge of these games is watching streamers play them and then get jump scared. Like that's like it. I know nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's. Never
I
really
just
cared to
I
at
don't either. I just
all.
remember these were like kids games that like little kids used to play on like the iPhone or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like they got so popular that they made toys and shit, and like it got bigger than it should have been probably. But anyway, good for
Whoever
the
came up
Five
with the
Nights.
idea
Yeah,
is
good for the Five Nights at Freddy's people because they. I mean,
made bank.
I'm sure they didn't expect this shit to be as big as it turned out to be. Good for them, man.
Nothing like a horror movie set in Chuck E. Cheese. But yeah, we're probably not gonna spend a lot of time on that because that's not our deal at all.
No.
All right, moving on.
Moving on from that, we have another game that is not really for me. Oddworld Soulstorm uh will be free for PlayStation 5 subscribers or for PlayStation 5 for PS Plus subscribers when it launches on April 6th.
Yep, again, Oddworld was never my thing growing up.
Same.
It's like it has to have people that play it because they keep making the damn
Of
things,
course.
right?
Yeah, of course. Like again, this is
Yeah.
another case of like this is a good thing for the people who are a fan of these types of this game
Mm-hmm.
series, but I personally just don't this is not for me. I've never really
But I know they talk about some of the PS5
I to be
enhancements to
honest
it
though,
here. Hmm?
just to like interject real quick. I'm just
Yeah, go.
usually not really a big fan of side scrollers to begin with.
Same.
But anyway, go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna say I know they were talking about some of the things that they can do with the PS5, which like they can use like the haptic feedback. You could feel like the main character's heartbeat and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
kind of like trippy little stuff that the PS5 lets you do. But
Mm,
yeah, this these it's Oddworld's not for me, man. It's a it's a weird, kooky, strange thing. That's not for me.
same.
So moving on from Oddworld.
Moving on from Oddworld, we have a
Ah,
game that I am very interested in,
same.
and this is Kina Bridge of Spirits, coming out August 21st, which is originally slated for a release for this month. But this game, I always thought from the very first time I saw it looked fucking amazing.
It's just gorgeous. I mean, sit here and watch it. It's like a fucking movie.
It's like, yeah,
Even
it's like you're playing through a Pixar movie, right? Like it looks
mhm.
so cool.
Like when they get to the gameplay looks exactly the same as these as the little cutscenes to me. Like it
Yeah.
just is it's just beautiful to look at. Like
Ember
it's
Lab, shout out to Ember
gorgeous.
Lab.
Yeah, they've made something that's really gorgeous looking, and I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Very pretty game. This is one that is for sure on my list for this year.
Absolutely. Um, I definitely want to explore this world more. I want to know the story. I
I
want to
mean,
know what the hell's going on. It's so pretty.
look at these shots. Like this, man, it looks so cool. All the green and the stone and look at this fucking guy over here.
Get like a boss fight in here.
That's a cool looking mask. There we have some gameplay, which
Yeah.
again looks really good.
For me, the
Oh
what sells me really the most on this game is when they show like those dark, shadowy areas, and then she does her little staff thing, and it becomes like a bright, beautiful. This right here that they just showed on screen
yeah,
for
yeah.
me is really dope, and it is super. I don't even know how they do that because it doesn't even stutter when they do it. It just looks great. Um, so yeah, this is one I'm actually really excited for and can't wait to try. Look at the big stone bowl, dude. That looks cool.
And then I'm curious, like how all those little companions you have are gonna help you out.
Yeah, they kind of make me think of Pikmin.
Because
For
there's
those of
yeah,
you that have played
yeah, yeah.
Pikmin.
Because there's so many of them, you know.
Mm-hmm. And she puts the
Like I'm
mask on.
curious of all the different abilities and things you can do with them. Cool looking mask, by the way.
She has to become the ghost of Tsushima. Um, the uh, this part intrigues me because like it that monster reaches up and grabs that little old lady and then turns her into like this giant monster thing. So that's pretty interesting. Uh, but yeah,
I
that's
also like that she can turn
Kena.
her, uh, into a bow.
Yeah, her
Like
staff
it's
into a
like
bow. Yeah.
yeah, like it's. I just like that you can have basically multiple weapons off of the
August
one.
24th, guys. We'll get our hands on this one. So we got a little bit of a wait on it.
Yeah,
If it doesn't
very.
get delayed. I don't trust release dates at the moment, but you know.
That's fair, man. That's fair.
But you
But
know,
definitely one that we both have on our radar. So
for sure.
we'll be keeping an eye on that one very closely. Very interested in that one.
Watch your career with great interest.
Indeed, indeed. Um, we're down to the last two for the PlayStation State of Play. The next one we have here is the Deathloop official gameplay trailer number 3, Deja Vu.
AKA
Um,
the Bond opening. Because that's what this is.
they showed off more gameplay before the May 21st release. And yeah, this theme that they have during this trailer is very very Bond.
Mm-hmm. And the trailer's very Bond, like as it plays out. um uh so this game has been delayed multiple times.
Yeah.
Um it's to the point where it's like, is this ever gonna come out? But it is. I'm pretty sure it is gonna come out. I don't. I'll probably end up checking this out. I don't know. Like I don't have a lot of hype for it because it's been delayed so much, and it's like I'm just kind of tired of seeing all the trailers and stuff. I want to get my hands on the game, kind of
There
deal.
has been quite a few. We have seen a lot of this over the past
Mm-hmm.
like year or so. I feel like we've seen a bunch of this game.
Mm-hmm. A lot of trailers for this. They're like, don't
Yeah,
forget we have this. Well, guys, we know we delayed it, but don't forget we have it. Like,
yeah.
um, I'm lukewarm on it, I guess. But yeah.
I mean, it looks cool to me. Like I'll probably end up checking this out at some point. It looks fun. Obviously, it looks very Dishonored because it's from the same people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I dig the vibe. You know, the whole like assassin, James Bond dealio that they're kind of giving off here. It looks like it'll be a fun time. I just don't know if I'll be getting this like right when it comes out. I'll probably end up waiting on it for a little bit. And yeah, I mean, we like I said, we've seen a lot of this game like pretty recently. So I would be fine if they kind of just like let this sit for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course they'll have to come out with something again right before the game comes out, but to remind everybody that it's out. But I mean, just let it chill for a little bit. There's other games that we haven't heard about for a hot minute that could, you know, we would be good hearing from. But I mean, again, I don't really have anything negative to say about this. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, it's been delayed a couple times, like you said, and we've seen a lot of it over the past year. So just don't overdo it, Deathloop. Uh, we know you're coming out. Uh,
Yeah.
you look good, Deathloop. And I'm very intrigued by you, but yeah, just cool it for a little bit.
Deathloop. Yeah, first
PlayStation
you don't
5
succeed.
console exclusive.
Die again.
Yeah. All right. Well, with
Does this still
that,
not have a date?
yeah, it was like May 25th or May 21st or
Okay,
something.
okay. I was very confused. I was like, where's the date at? Because they didn't show it at the end.
Yeah, so it's coming out because it has a release date.
Gotcha.
But we'll go ahead and move on to the last thing here, which is the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which I don't. I guess it's just the PS5 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
There is, and then there's like a
Uh,
DLC episode coming, right, or something.
it's new content, including the first playable appearance of Yuffie Kisaragi uh, in these new games. And if you already own the remake on PS4, you get Intergrade for free. And it even includes save data transfer from the previous game. You'll be able to hop back into one of last year's best adventures with improved graphics and loading times on June 10th, so summertime.
Get
Um,
that hot 60 FPS.
yeah. So I don't know who this Yuffie girl is because I haven't played any of these Final Fantasy games, but apparently people are all about her or whatever. I still haven't played this game. Uh, I've been wanting to get it. I just haven't had a chance to get it yet. But I
I grabbed
definitely
it on
want to play
the
it.
I grabbed it on the PlayStation Plus because it's on there. It's the giveaway this month, I believe.
Yep, which we're going to talk about here
Oh, gotcha.
after this.
But yeah, this is on my list. I gotta play it as well. I've never played
Yes.
a single Final Fantasy game.
Same.
uh, but it looks very pretty, and
Yeah, I mean it's again it's cool for like if you have a PS5 because if you already own it then you get. I'm liking the whole like free upgrade stuff. Like if you own a game for PS4, they give it to you for PS5. I think that's dope. That
yeah,
these game companies and whatnot are doing. Because I know they're not all doing that, but so the ones that are, good on you for doing that. Um,
yes. All right, what's next, bud?
Next up, we're gonna talk about PlayStation Plus because guess what? Final
Yeah,
Fantasy VII Remake is on there for this month for free.
grab it.
So for this month in uh March's 2021 lineup for PlayStation Plus. For PS5, you get Maquette. For PS4, you get the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Remnant from the Ashes. And then for PSVR, you get Farpoint. So definitely, if you are a um, member of PlayStation Plus, go ahead and pick up your free games. I currently am not a member of PlayStation Plus. I got to renew my membership. I think mine expired like last month, and then I just need to I need to renew it. But yeah, those are some pretty solid games for the month. You know, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Remnant from the Ashes, uh, Farpoint, and Maquette. So pick that up if you remember.
Hmm.
Worthy of note for the
Yes, I see that.
for the Final Fantasy VII Remake is that the PS4 version of the Final Fantasy Remake available to PS Plus members is not eligible for the PS5 digital version upgrade.
Which makes kind of
Which,
sense.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair enough on their part. But anyway, that is what's on the lineup for PlayStation Plus for this month. Next up, we have the new Pokemon game that was announced at the Pokemon Direct from Nintendo. Uh, Breath of the Pikachu over here.
Hmm.
It's called Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus or however you pronounce that. I'm not familiar with I mean, I've heard of the name, but like, I mean,
I still haven't watched Australia yet, so it's the first time
Gen
watching it,
One is my Pokemans. All right.
Mhm.
Anyway, Pokemon Legends, a familiar region, a new story. So basically, people have been comparing this to like Legend of the Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. Um, which it's hard to say it doesn't look like that because there's a lot of green and the map looks very doesn't look exactly the same, but it looks similar to the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And it's third person. You got your little character running around all over the place, and yeah, I mean it's catch that Pokemon.
Name that Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah. So I know people have been wanting a game like this for a very long time,
For like years, I want to
like an
say.
open world Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been wanting this for years. I mean, shit. I know I've heard of people wanting something like this since like the GameCube era.
Yeah.
So here we go. Finally, for everybody who's been wanting one like this, it's finally happening. It's coming to the Switch. I don't think it has a release date, right? I think it was just
No,
announced.
and what they showed here is obviously super early too.
Oh well, it says 2022, so next year.
Next year sometime.
Yeah, there you go. Uh,
Whoa.
so yeah, it's coming out in 2022, releasing worldwide in early 2022. It's not even like a late 2022 or anything. It's just like early next
Hmm.
year. Okay. So all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. Um,
Well, that's the thing.
it is a thing. I don't know. For me personally, I don't know. I'll have to
Uh,
wait and see how it is. I'll probably watch a couple other people play it when it comes out here and there. I'll watch some gameplay and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just another thing is I'm just not super into Pokemon as much as I used to be. Um,
yeah.
so that'll probably be a big reason for me to decide whether or not I'll be getting it or not. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It'll be one of those where I just wait.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what do we have here next? We have
Uh, there's
this
a
big budget open world Dungeons and Dragons game in development.
yes. This is an article that I put in here, I believe. Uh, It's from a few days ago from PC Gamer. It says there's a
Yep.
big budget open world Dungeons and Dragons game in development, and it's being made by Defense Grid Studio Hidden Path. Let's read here. At the end of 2019, the president of Wizards of the Coast, Chris Cox, said there was 7 or 8 base games based on Dungeons and Dragons in the works. We knew about Baldur's Gate 3 and Dark Alliance, of course, and now thanks to a tweet from Hidden Path Entertainment, we know about one more. The creator of the Defense Grid series, as well as co-developer of CS:GO and Age of Empires 2 HD, posted a series of jobs listings saying we are in development of a AAA third-person open-world fantasy RPG that will be taking place inside the Dungeons and Dragons franchise. This was backed up by its project narrative director, Whitney Beltran, who
Yeah.
I probably butchered their name, who has written for games like State of Decay 2 and Beyond Blue. The tweet says, there's a tweet here from Hidden Path that says, Hidden Path is hiring. We're in development of a AAA open world RPG based in Dungeons & Dragons franchise. They're hiring for a graphics designer, lead graphics programmer, senior technical artist, and a writer. As for what kind of RPG it's going to be, the job listing mentions Unreal Engine 4, and the writer position calls for voiced dialogue writing skills and narrative branching skills, as well as experience with strong ensemble cast. Sure, sounds like stuff you'd expect from a big budget RPG with a party of companions. The phrase takes place inside the Dungeons & Dragons franchise, while a horrible mangling of the English language also suggests it will use one of the existing D&D settings. Both Baldur's Gate 3 and Dark Alliance are set in the Forgotten Realms, but Whitney Beltran has writing credits on Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, a forthcoming supplement for the actual tabletop version of D&D, describing D&D's underused gothic horror, which would make a killer backdrop for a video game. That's not proof that Hidden Path is making a Ravenloft video game, of course. I'm just putting it out there in this article. So, that would actually be pretty dope if they screwed around in Ravenloft. We meet the good Baron. It'd be fun. Pretty exciting stuff. You know, we all love Dungeons and Dragons here, even though we're on a little bit of a D&D break for the moment. But I'm excited. I want to see what they can do. I want more D&D games in my life.
More D&D in my life.
Absolutely. What do we got next, Daniel?
Next up, we have the final thing that I have written down here. Like I said, I'm sure there's more, but like it's been 2 weeks, guys. Like if you missed something, apologize. But the last thing I have on here is something that I'm very excited about.
Same.
I saw this trailer, this whatever this is, announcement trailer, and I got hype because I love me some aliens. And this looks fucking awesome. I can't wait to play this with friends, man. This is gonna be so fun, dude.
Yes.
It's actually very reminiscent of the game that I've been playing recently, which is UTFO, but this is like third person, and obviously you're dealing with aliens and stuff. And I just was xenomorphs, I should say. But yeah, this looks fun, dude. I can't wait, man. This looks fucking awesome.
Look, when Daniel and I play this, because we are obviously going to play this, we're going to be quoting the movie nonstop. We're quoting the movie nonstop. Why don't you put her in charge? Game over, man. All that shit's going to be said. There's going to be so many movie quotes from this. Get away from her, you bitch. All that shit's going to be in this.
Get away from her, you bitch.
We love aliens.
Yo, give me a pulse rifle, bro. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't wait to play this, dude. This is going to be so much fun.
Summer 2021. I'm hype. That's cool, man. I can't wait to play that.
I cannot wait. They also released like a 22-minute like a walkthrough or something. Like they showed like 25 minutes of gameplay. Like they showed you like a full mission or something, and like
that's cool.
We're not gonna show it here obviously because that's a lot of time. But like look it up if you're interested. It looks. I can't wait, dude. That game looks fucking exciting. I can't wait. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Same.
Can't be worse than Colonial Marines, right?
Truth. And since Daniel and I are magic, I'm going to put this out here. I'm waiting on my Dread video game. Just throwing it out
Yes,
there, putting
Dread,
it out there in the
and
ether
I'm also
because we're
gonna throw
magic.
out RoboCop
RoboCop.
and give us a game similar to this, the one that we just saw, but of Starship Troopers. I would like to play that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, everybody out there who makes video games that's listening. Thank you for making all these games that you want reality.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna throw it out there. Please give me my KOTOR remake. All right, I feel like I don't want to get too greedy here, so
Look,
I'll
I'm
leave
just
it
gonna
at
say
that.
for those of you that don't know this, whenever Daniel and I have mentioned something we want on stream, usually about a video game, from like a show or movie or anything we've seen, or even an old video game, it they surprisingly make it. So that's why we're throwing this out there. We want all these things. We're gonna abuse our power to get what we want. uh,
Hell yeah, dude.
and yeah,
I just want these cool games to be a reality, man.
yeah,
And a lot of them are, which is great. But anyway, I think that'll. If you don't have anything else for the gaming news, that'll be it
that's
for
it,
that.
bro. Let's move
All
on.
right, let's move on to the TV news, I should say. And this relates to video games. There's going to be a Twisted Metal series in the works from the Deadpool writers over at Sony Pictures TV and PlayStation Productions. You all know the Twisted Metal game, the PS1 classic. They're going to be turning that into a TV show. Vehicular combat. The first game was released in 1995. It was originally reported in 2019 that Sony was interested in developing a series based on the games. The series is described as an action comedy based on an original take from Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers behind the Deadpool films and Zombieland. So if you're into Deadpool and Zombieland, that's kind of the vibe they're going for. I'm gonna quote Assad uh, Kizilbash, head of PlayStation Productions. He says, "We're thrilled to have such a great team working on bringing this iconic game to life for the fans, and that Twisted Metal is one of the most beloved franchises for PlayStation." Um, so yeah, here are some other video game adaptations uh, that were that are being worked on or already happened for TV. So here we go. All right, we have Castlevania from Netflix. Obviously, the anime show from Netflix, which I like. Thought it was great. We have The Witcher, over at Netflix as well. That one's live action. We have Resident Evil stuff in the works over at Netflix as well. I think they're doing both live action and animation. We have a Last of Us live action show over at HBO, which they recently announced the cast for that. That'll be happening like 2021, 2022 this year, but next year. There's Cyberpunk 2077 anime over at Netflix, which will be out next year. There's a Halo live action over at Paramount Plus next year. And then all these other ones that I'm about to say are TBA, but they're in development, they're in the works. So we have Assassin's Creed over at Netflix, which again, live action and animation. There's a Diablo animated show over at Netflix in the works. There's a Fallout live action show over at Amazon. There's a Splinter Cell anime over at Netflix. There's a Tomb Raider anime over at Netflix. And then, of course, the one we're talking about right now, which is the Twisted Metal live action show, which does not have a distributor yet. But again, they're in the works. It's in development. So, yeah. Twisted Metal TV series. How do you feel about that, John? Do you even care at
that's.
all?
I mean, I think it's cool. I want more. I don't know how they're gonna do it at all because I just remember. And look, I haven't played uh that stuff in a very long time. But I don't remember there being much of a story to any of that stuff. So I have no
No, I
idea how they're
mean,
gonna
yeah,
do it, but it's cool.
but I mean, they can always, yeah, they can always add on.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I'm intrigued by it. I'm very curious to see how they're gonna do this. I remember liking the Twisted Metal games like 20 years ago, but I haven't played them in a minutes.
It was like one of those things you'd play with your cousins kind of
Exactly,
deal.
exactly. That's how I played them.
Yeah, it was like that and like WCW versus NWO and like shit like that, like those wrestling games.
Hell yeah, dude. I used to also play like WWF, whatever, the one with The Rock and fucking Stone Cold on the cover, dude. Back on the N64, man. That one and like the South Park game where you throw the yellow snowball. Anyway, I digress. I'm getting a little off. But yeah, that's in the works. There is a Magic Kingdom TV universe in the works over at Disney Plus. Now you may be asking, what the hell is a Magic Kingdom TV universe? Well, Disney and Ron Moore are working together to create projects that will explore characters from the Disney parks and classic films. Um, so they're gonna want to turn that into a like a well, as they said, a universe. So like like the MCU or something like that, but for Disney's properties. And like I said, Ron Moore is working on it. For those who don't recognize the name, uh, he is the one that expanded on the franchise of Battlestar Galactica, the sci-fi version. Um, and then and he also is the creator of For All Mankind. Um, but yeah, this is interesting. We already know that Disney's working on stuff like the Jungle Cruise movie and things like that. In the past, they've done like Pirates of the Caribbean and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be very interesting to see how they make like shows and movies and all that kind of stuff based off of the characters from some of their classic movies and from like the rides at the parks and stuff. Because obviously, as we know, some of them work out and some of them don't. Um, I like Disney, so I'll be cautiously optimistic to see what they do here with this. Um, the fact that they have plans for like a universe for this kind of stuff, intriguing. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Things combined together, but I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
So we just have to see what their plan is for that. Speaking of Disney, we have some release dates for some of their next shows. Um, we have a release date for Star Wars the Bad Batch, which is releasing on Star Wars Day, May the 4th,
Yeah.
over on Disney Plus. I'm very excited for that. I'll be checking that out. Well, I mean, very excited is maybe a bit much, but I mean it's Star Wars, so you guys know how I am. So definitely looking forward to that. That'll be interesting. Like, to be honest, like I wasn't as excited for this show as I was for some of the other projects, but I think that last trailer that we saw for the Bad Batch, like really got me a little bit more, um, like optimistic, and like it definitely it raised my excitement level for that because I wasn't super overly hyped for the show, but that trailer did it for me. So I'm very looking forward to seeing what they do here. I know they'll kill it because it's Bad Batch. It's basically a continuation of the Clone Wars. That's exciting. We're a couple months away from that. And then the other thing we got a release date for was the Loki series, which is also, of course, on Disney Plus, and it is releasing on June 11th. June 11th. We have a release date for Loki. So there you go. Bad Batch. And now, speaking of other Marvel shows, we have a announcement, like date announcement trailer for Hulu's M.O.D.O.K series. Which this to me looks very Robot Chicken.
Yeah, it does.
Like when I first saw this, I was like, this looks like super Robot Chicken. And like when I first heard about this, I wasn't sure like if I was gonna be interested in this. But to be honest, it just seems like a stupid ass silly time. So I'm probably gonna check it out.
Hmm.
It has what's his name, Patton Oswalt as M.O.D.O.K. So I mean, this isn't something. This isn't anything that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I can't wait. You know?
It's like super serious, guys. Super.
Yeah, it's like it just looks super Robot Chicken. Like it looks like a stupid goofy time. Yeah, so I'll give it a shot. I'll check it out. I'll see how it is. It's gonna be a Hulu original show premiering on May 21st.
Well, that's a thing.
All right. So another thing that we had since we last had a thing was we have some Paramount Plus announcements. So Paramount Plus announced that they were, changing up their from CBS All Access to Paramount Plus, and I think you can now get Paramount Plus. It's out now for everybody if you want it. But they announced some pretty cool stuff here. They announced a lot of things, so I'm not gonna name everything. I'm not gonna go through everything. But Josh, you have the thing open, correct?
I do.
So skim through this, and then whatever you want to talk about, we will talk about. I'll bring up some stuff as well, and we'll go about it from there. So I'm starting off here with the scripted dramas. They're bringing back a lot of stuff. As I mentioned, they're finally making Halo into a TV series. Will take place in the universe that first came to be in the 2001, dramatizing an epic 26th century conflict between humanity and an alien threat known as the Covenant. Halo will weave deeply drawn personal stories of action, adventure, and a richly imagined vision of the future. So I bring this up, Josh, because I'm very curious. We all know how you feel about the Halo games. But my question is, despite how you feel about that, does a TV show have any? It's a Halo TV show. Do you have any interest in a Halo TV show, or is it the
I
same thing?
actually do.
Ah,
Funnily enough, and I'll tell you the biggest reason I do is like they used to do these shorts that I think are called Halo Legends. Do you remember these? They were like animated little shorts
I
that they
would.
did. They were all
I,
different.
you'd have to remind me because I don't.
So they were like little, like 7 short films that they made. Like they were created by like some Japanese anime studios. And I actually watched one the other night when we were in Discord, but I didn't say anything because nobody, I didn't think anybody'd want to watch with me. So we were all sitting there talking, and I watched the very first one, which is called The Babysitter. And out of all of those, that's my favorite one because it follows Hell Jumpers, the shock troopers, those guys, that kind of the orbital drop shock troopers, the ODST guys. Um, so those dudes always appealed to me out of the Halo universe, even though I shit all over those games all the time. A lot of it is just because I think it's funny, but and I do kind of think it's a little overrated. But
Yeah.
I'll watch a show with it. Like it appeals to me. It'll be like badasses fighting aliens. That sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
uh, and but yeah, I always like those little Halo Legends shorts that they did. So
Okay.
I'm interested in some of the stories that they can hopefully put together. And so yeah, I am interested in it.
Cool.
I also want it to be a success for a couple of reasons. One of which is it's a video game based series. I would
Property.
like to
Yeah.
see more of those. So
Yeah.
I hope it's a success.
Yep. indeed, 100%. I agree. We need that to be a success to give opportunities for other things.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested in it as well. I'm intrigued. I'm more of a I'm not like a super Halo fan because I mean I've never really been Team Xbox or anything, but like I own an original X, so I remember playing like the first two Halos and like a little bit of the third one because I had a cousin who had an Xbox and I played that. But other than that, I don't know anything about the games after that. I've never watched the Red versus Blue, that people talk about all the time. Like I didn't
I
for the
I did
longest time
I did watch those. That shit's funny.
I've never seen that for the longest. I didn't even know that was connected to Halo for the longest time. Uh, but yeah, I know that people love that kind of stuff. Yeah, so for me, it'll just be like, let's see what they do with this. I'll check it out. If it's any good, I'll stick to it. If I don't feel it, then I will not watch it. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'll give it a shot for sure. Next up here that I want to bring up is Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. So again, this is another property that I'm not hugely a fan of, which is Star Trek. But I watched the show that is connected to this, which is Star Trek Discovery, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I was a fan of the side characters that they had on that show, which was Captain Christopher Pike, Spock, and Number One, which is the woman character. And guess what? Those are the three characters that they're making this new spin-off show for Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. The next installment of the popular Star Trek franchise is based on the years Captain Christopher Pike manned the helm of the USS Enterprise. The series will follow Captain Pike, Science Officer Spock, and Number One in the decade before Captain Kirk boarded the USS Enterprise. So obviously it's a prequel to the original series. Um, and I like these characters, at least Captain Pike and Number One, more so when they were like side characters or guest appearances or whatever the hell on Discovery. Because I mean the main crew of Discovery was kind of like they were kind of boring to me, to be honest.
Mm.
So like I watch like I don't even watch the show anymore. But when I did watch it, I was like, these are the more intriguing, interesting, cooler characters. So it's cool that they're getting their own show. Now, that being said, even after all I've said, I don't know if I'm going to watch this, but if I were to watch anything Star Trek, it probably would be that.
Yeah, I might check this out too. I wasn't the biggest fan of Discovery. I think I only watched a few episodes of it, and they were in like season 2. I missed season 1 like completely, or
Yeah.
whatever season had Christopher Pike in it. That's the one I
It was
saw. I
season
think it
two,
was
yeah.
2. Um, uh, but he was immediately a standout to me
Hmm.
in that show. So I might check it out. I like Trek. The next generation was like I didn't become a Trekkie till later in life. Like the show had already been off for many years before I checked any of it out. Really, that wasn't like any of the movies. So I'll probably check this out, and if it keeps me, it keeps me. I'm down.
All right. Uh, this is the huge one, I think, for me here, out of all these announcements, is we have some news on Avatar, which is Nickelodeon's new animation studio division dedicated entirely to creating content based on the widely popular world of Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, led by the series' original creators Mike DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. In partnership with Nickelodeon Animation Studio, Avatar Studios will produce for Paramount Plus a wide range of Avatar-inspired content, ranging from spin-offs and theatricals to short form. So that is exciting because I am a fan of the Avatar universe, and the fact that they're now created a just separate division for purely Avatar stuff is very exciting. I personally like both The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. I know Josh isn't the biggest Korra fan, I don't think he likes it, but I like them both, so I'm very excited about this. Give me more about that universe. I'm about it. I definitely want to check that out, whatever they do. So yeah, for me that's super exciting.
I think it's really cool too. Like, even though I wasn't a big fan of Korra, there were a lot of people that were fans of it. Um, and I think that the that universe is really cool, and you can follow Avatar infinitely, backwards, forwards. You can tell
There's
stories forever in that universe.
there's so many,
Um,
so much you can do. Yeah,
um, so it's only a good thing. We love new content, and even if I didn't like Korra, so what? Who cares? But I might like the next thing. I might like the next thing after that. I might not
exactly.
like it. You know, yeah, yeah. That original, the biggest thing for me is like I really love the original, like that cast and crew. I love them. Um, so I hope they grab me with something else. You know,
Yeah, hell
uh,
yeah.
if I can scroll
Yeah.
back a minute, Daniel, there was some other thing on here that I was interested
Yeah, yeah.
in
Like I
called.
said, you bring up whatever you want to bring up.
Um, so
Is it
I love The
the offer?
Godfather.
I
Yes,
did.
exactly. I love The Godfather. So this one kind of appealed to me, and I didn't realize they were doing it till I was because I haven't looked at any of this, by the way, before
No, I mean
we've
that's
gone
why
through it.
I put the thing in here because like it's there's a lot. They announce a lot of shit, dude. Like I'm not gonna sit here going through every single one of these. So that's why I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if you see something you want to talk about, bring it up. Go for it.
Uh, so the offer it is a scripted limited event series from Paramount Television Studios, based on the Oscar-winning producer Al Ruddy's extraordinary, never revealed experiences of making The Godfather. The 10-episode event is written and executive produced by Michael Tolkien, who made The Player and Escape, or produced, I should say, I guess, The Player and Escape at Dannemora.
Anamora, yeah.
Dannemora. Rudy will also serve as executive producer alongside showrunner
Nikki
Nikki
Toscano from Hunters and
Toscano.
an
Yeah.
Emmy award-winning producer Leslie Grief from Hatfields and McCoys.
I love little miniseries. That looks like what this is going to be. I love The Godfather, so this looks like it'll
An
be a good
episode
fun
event
time.
series on the making of The Godfather. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's trippy. That'll be trippy too because there's a lot of stories behind them making The Godfather. A lot of mob interference supposedly
Mm,
with it. So I'm definitely interested in checking that out. That's definitely something that appeals to me.
nice.
What's your next thing, Daniel? None of the kids and family stuff really appeals to me except for the Avatar stuff.
Dora the Explorer. I'm kidding. I call it, dude. Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Under Years. Come on, or the live action Fairly Odd Parents. Come on, man.
No, man.
Did you? Oh, speaking of which, so did you see the new fucking trailer for the Rugrats? That looks kind of weird. The animation style.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That CG stuff is a little strange.
It is,
Like
but the cool. I will say the cool thing about that is they are bringing back the OG voice cast for that.
that's pretty dope.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with you though. The rest of the kid stuff is like whatever.
Sometimes that CG animation stuff is weird. Like especially because I'm used to the original Rugrats. So
Yeah. Let's see what we have here. None of
dating
the
naked. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm not super into the reality TV stuff. So none of that stuff in here really like appeals to me. But if we go over to comedy, people who are interested in Frasier, they're bringing that back.
Yeah,
Um,
I know that was pretty popular.
yeah. Let's see what else is in here. They're doing Reno 911 again. What else? Oh, here
Grease,
you
the
go.
rise of the pink ladies.
Yeah, the Pink Ladies for Greece. Yeah, they're doing an untitled Beavis and Butthead movie. That'll be interesting. Emmy award-winning Mike Judge reimagines MTV's seminal Gen X defying Beavis and Butthead, who return for another movie adventure to kick off the new series. So that is interesting. Um, they have some stuff here for music as well, like MTV's Unplugged and
But behind
Behind
the
the
music, I
Music.
remember growing up watching that a lot, so I'm kind of interested in that a little bit.
In what?
Behind the music,
Oh,
growing up, I
Behind the
watched
Music.
it a lot.
Yeah. Mhm. So yeah, they have that, and then they also mentioned that all the CBS All Access originals are continuing as a Paramount Plus originals, like the Picard show and Discovery, and all that stuff is going to continue on this. And then yeah, they pretty much talk about sports, and there's some documentaries in here. There's one that I'm interested in. It's the Sir Alex Ferguson Never Give In. It is the legendary manager of Manchester United, one of the most memorable figures in the European football. Very interested in that one. As a fan of football, I am, and of Manchester United. I'm very interested in that. Uh, um, but yeah, there's just a bunch of like documentaries and things here and there. But that's pretty much the gist of it. There's a lot of other stuff in here that we're not naming off. But if you're interested, I mean, Paramount Plus is out now, so you can probably go and get that, or just look it up. Look up what the hell their content announcements were. They announced all this stuff on February 24th, so that's if that helps you out in any way.
That's cool.
But that'll be that for the Paramount Plus announcements. Moving on. Um, we have some Cobra Kai news, and that is that Vanessa Rubio and Peyton List have been added as series regulars for season 4, and they have added 2 more to the cast. Dallas Dupree Young and Una O'Brien have joined season 4. Young will recur as a character called Kenny, a bullied new kid in school who turns to karate as a way to defend himself. Isn't that like everybody in the show? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much is.
And then O'Brien will recur as Devin, a potential new karate student who is relentlessly competitive, a quick study, and equally quick-tempered when she's provoked. So those are the 2 new characters. And then obviously Vanessa Rubio is the actress who is Carmen Diaz, who's Miguel's mom. So she's been promoted to series regular. And then Peyton List is Tori Nichols, the girl that Miguel was with for a little bit, and one of the tough girls from Cobra Kai. So there you go. We have some there's your Cobra Kai news for the week.
No mercy.
And then the last piece of well, actually, no, never mind. We have two more pieces of news here, and that is that there is a Terminator animated series in the works over with the Batman co-writer Mattson Tomlin. Netflix and Skydance have teamed up with Japan's production IG to produce the animated series. Terminator is coming back, and this time he will be in anime. Mattson Tomlin, who co-wrote the upcoming DC movie The Batman, as well as Netflix's own superpowered movie Project Power, will act as showrunner and executive producer. The series is being produced in partnership with Production IG, Ghost in the Shell, who did the Ghost in the Shell stuff. With Netflix had a production deal with Netflix since 2018. So yeah, details of this incarnation of Terminator are not revealed, but Tomlin is known for his big and dark concepts. This is a statement from Tomlin where he says, "Anyone who knows my writing knows I believe in big swings and going for the heart. I'm honored that Netflix and Skydance have given me the opportunity to approach Terminator in a way that breaks conventions, subverts expectations, and has real guts." So yeah, that's what we have on the Terminator anime project over at Netflix. I like Terminator, so I am looking forward to this. Let's see what
I'm
they do with it.
interested in it too. You can do some weird shit with anime too.
Yeah,
So this will be fun.
yeah. The final thing we have here for TV news is that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series has added a Game of Thrones star to the cast. Indira Varma has joined the Obi-Wan Kenobi series as we don't know who. Her character details are kind of unknown. We'll see who she ends up portraying. I know people have been speculating. What if she's like Satine, which would be interesting. And then maybe she'd appear like in flashbacks or something.
Hmm.
But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see who she plays. But yeah, as we know, this actress Indira Varma was Ilaria Sand in Game of Thrones. That's probably her most
Mhm.
memorable role.
She's been in quite
But
a few video games too.
she's been in. Oh yeah, go ahead.
She's been in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh,
She's been in Mass Effect Andromeda. And she was in World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth,
Oh well, there you go.
which are like 3 big games when you think about it.
Yeah. She's also been in other shows such as Rome, Carnival Row, and she's been in the Exodus Gods and Kings movie from Ridley Scott. But yeah, there you go. I'm we'll see who she plays. I don't know. It's cool that she's being added to Star Wars now. So we shall see. Very cool to have more Obi-Wan Kenobi news though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we end our TV news for the day.
That's the TV
Moving on.
news.
Moving on to movie news. We have some cool stuff in here. The Great Gatsby is being adapted into an animated feature, which is interesting. I think this is the first time this movie or this book has ever been made into an animated.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's been a live action movie, most recently in 2013 with Leonardo DiCaprio. But yeah, I know I like The Great Gatsby. It was one of those books that like it was one to me. It was one of those books like when I was in school, like you know how they like force you to read shit. It was
Mm-hmm.
one of the ones that I remember like actually enjoying, as opposed to like some of the other stuff that I don't even remember about reading. So I like The Great Gatsby. I'll check out this animated feature, and yeah, I'll we'll see when they come out with that. I don't think it has a release date or anything. It's just like they're working on it. So yeah.
Pretty dope.
We have some very exciting news to me because uh, I'm super looking forward to this. Is that Angel Manuel Soto is going to direct a movie about the DC Comics character Blue Beetle, and that'll make our first Latino superhero, which I'm all about as a Latino myself. I am very excited about this. Charm City Kings director Angel Manuel Soto will direct Blue Beetle from DC Films and Warner Brothers. The first superhero movie starring a Latino character. Uh, the screenplay is from Mexican-born writer Gareth Dunnett Alcocer, who wrote Universal's Scarface remake and Sony's Miss Bala. In a statement to the Wrap, Soto said, "It's an honor to direct Blue Beetle, the first Latino superhero film for DC. I want to sincerely thank everyone at Warner Brothers and trusting me to bring Jaime Reyes to life. I can't wait to make history together." The film is eyeing a fall production start, with Zeb Foreman executive producing for Warner Brothers. So yeah, I'm excited because again, I like Blue Beetle. I'm excited. This is the first Latino superhero that we're getting on live, in the movie and live action. So I'm all about it. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I am also excited about this. I became a Blue Beetle fan from Young Justice, um, which is like my first real foray with that character. Um, so he's got a cool palace set, and I'm really excited to see it on screen. I can't wait. Super fan.
Hell
It's gonna be a fun time.
They're just gonna shoot in the fall, so that is dope. All right, moving on. The Spider-Man 3 movie now has, the third movie in the Tom Holland trilogy now has a title, and they confirmed that it is Spider-Man No Way Home. Previously, we've had Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and now to cap off the trilogy, we have Spider-Man No Way Home. So, how do you feel about the name? Finally got it. Before they throw this out on Twitter and announce it completely, they all three of these actors that we see in the video here, Tom Holland, Jacob, and Zendaya, they all like tweeted out like fake names of the movie, before they did this. And obviously on this little whiteboard, you can see all this, fake other fake names that they put in before they announced the the actual one.
Some of these are pretty funny.
Yeah, webcamming,
Keep it PG. Needs
home run,
home.
homeschooled. Aunt May says no.
Homesick.
Yeah.
Close to home.
Yep, home world, home sweet home, work from home. Yeah. So yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, third movie in the Tom Holland franchise uh, of Spider-Man films. So yeah, there you have it. We have an official name, which is cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from that, we have a teaser trailer for Disney and Pixar's Luca,
Let's get that up for you.
which is the next, obviously the next Pixar movie coming up here. This will be releasing in the summer, June 2021. So the last movie we had before this was Soul, which was in December of last year, which is pretty recent, a couple months ago, several months ago. And now this is the next one we're getting. It's Luca. It's about an Italian kid. And yeah, it looks pretty cool based off this trailer.
Yeah.
Definitely curious to check it out. The art style is pretty dope. Obviously we know it's from Pixar because they're naming off all their other movies that they've done, like Coco and Inside Out and Toy Story. And
They're like, look, guys, look at all these hits we've made. This one's gonna be one
right?
too. Come see it.
Yeah. I mean, like, to be fair though, a lot of their movies really are, man. Like there's not, they have some misses, but like they're not, there's so many more hits than this.
Hits. Yeah. Yeah.
Their track record is pretty great. We say this all the time when we mention Pixar, but yeah, man. I mean, this movie looks pretty cool. They like turn into fish people when they're in water or when they get hit by water. So
We'll definitely be checking it out for sure.
yeah, it looks neat. I like the trailer. It's more of a teaser, but yeah. Summer 2021 kind of give you an idea of what's going on. And yeah, I mean, I'm always going to check out Pixar movies. It's good stuff. And yeah, I like the new little style they're going for here in this movie. Yeah. Speaking of teasers, we have another one. This time, it's from Netflix and Zack Snyder. His new movie called Army of the Dead. And as you can tell from the title, it is going to be a zombie movie. It's set in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And it has an interesting cast. Batista's in it. Omari Hardwick is in it. Theo Rossi, amongst others. But yeah, zombie movie in Vegas.
Look, it probably ain't gonna win awards, but it'll probably be a fun time.
It'll be a fun Netflix movie for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Me too. Army of the Dead.
It'll
Plus,
be
I
on
like
Netflix
Batista, so
on May 21st. You know what this like trailer reminds me of? You know what kind of vibes it gives me?
what's that?
Fucking Suicide Squad vibes, man.
Yeah, very much so.
Like rewatching that, I'm like, even like the font and like, the colors and stuff. I'm like, this is very Squad. But yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out. We have some casting news for Shazam: Fury of the Gods. West Side Story's Rachel Zegler joins. She'll be playing a key role with details being kept under wraps. So we don't know who or what, but it's very important. Very important role. So I suppose there's really nothing else to add on to that. I mean, hey, It's more Shazam news. It's good that they're
Yeah,
still working on it.
there's not like a lot of news out there for Shazam, is there? Like
No.
I know pretty much nothing about it other than the title in this now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Moving on. Um, Jeepers Creepers Reborn has is getting a 2021 release. So Jeepers Creepers Reborn is the fourth installment in the long-running horror franchise. Uh, they plan to release the film in North America in the fall of 2021. Uh, the last movie was Jeepers Creepers 3, which personally I have not seen yet. I know
Don't
it
think
came out
I've
like a couple years ago, I think, but I
uh,
just haven't checked it out yet. I'll
I don't think I've
I'll
seen
check
it
it out
yet
at some
either.
point. I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the third one, but yeah, they're doing the Jeepers Creepers 4, and it's called Jeepers Creepers Reborn. And if you're curious about the log line, here it is. The film unfolds as the Horror Hound Festival holds its first ever event in Louisiana, where it attracts hundreds of geeks, freaks, and die-hard horror fans from far and wide. Among them is fanboy Chase and his girlfriend Lane, who is forced to come along for the ride. But as the event approaches, Lane begins to experience unexplained premonitions and disturbing visions associated with the town's past, and in particular, local legend, urban myth, the Creeper. As the festival arrives and the blood-soaked entertainment builds to a frenzy, Lane believes that something unearthly has been summoned, and that she, the center of it. So
Bam,
that's a
bam,
little bit off
bam.
of the Jeepers Creepers Unborn, or Reborn, I should say, not Unborn. Jesus, Jeepers Creepers 4. I'll just call it that. So yeah, that'll be releasing sometime in the fall of this year.
Jeepers Creepers is big, man. He's back.
Yep. Next up, uh, Nahisi Coates is going to write a new Superman movie for Warner Brothers. J.J. Abrams is producing the feature, which, according to sources, is being set up as a Black Superman story. Coates had a quote which is, I'll read right now. To be invited into the DC Extended Universe by Warner Brothers, DC Films, and Bad Robot is an honor. I look forward to meaningfully adding to the legacy of America's most iconic mythic hero. There is a new, powerful, and moving Superman story yet to be told. We couldn't be more thrilled with the brilliant Mr. Coates to help bring that story to the big screen. And we're beyond thankful to the team at Warner Brothers for the opportunity, said J.J. Abrams in a statement to SNA. According to sources, the project is being set up as a Black Superman story. This is something that the studio has been trying to wrap its head around for months, if not a year or two. So yeah, we're I know a lot of people have been getting their undies in a bunch from all this news. But I think what people need to realize, they're not gonna make Clark Kent into a black guy, because let's be real, there have been superheroes like okay, let's use Green Lantern for example. There's more than one Green Lantern, bro. There's like hundreds of them. And there's more than one Superman as well. There's
There's
more
more
than
than
one
one
Superman.
Earth. There's more
Yes.
than one Earth. There's multiple Earths, man.
Like what the hell is wrong with you guys, man? Like, have you guys never heard of Val Zod? Val Zod is the Black Superman. Look him up. He's a thing that exists in the comics.
More superheroes is always good, bro. Like, I'm down for this. I'm
I'd be
excited
down
for
for it as
this.
well. I mean, it's
I
we've
want
had
to see the story that they can tell from this.
as much as I wish we would get more Henry Cavill Superman. I understand that we've had a lot of white guy Superman. So, I mean, sure, dude, bring in Val Zod, bring in fuck, what's the other guy's name? I think his name is Calvin Ellis or something. Let me look it up here. I need to make sure I'm not
And really, for me, you could still do a Cavill Superman. Like saying that
Yeah,
this is happening isn't saying Cavill's not necessarily going to be a Superman again. We have multiple issues of Superman. All right, we had multiple Superman movies.
yeah.
Like you could very easily do two movies. You could do a team up movie with two Supermen, although that would be really strong, two Supermen. But I'd watch it.
Superman.
Fuck me, you
No,
know.
but okay, so yeah,
Like
again, Val Zod and Calvin Ellis. That's two black Supermen that you could do. So bring in either one of those, man, for this project that they're working on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Because I think that's why I don't know, man. Just people are just fucking racist and weird, man. It's just so
they
weird, dude.
they ignorant. They dumb.
They ignorant for sure. But anyway, yeah. I mean, this is interesting. I'll be I'm for it, dude. Like, do it. Go for it. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Try it out. Give it a shot. See if it's something people want to check out. I don't know who they would cast because I guess it would depend, But I know people have been wanting to see like Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
to do this. But yeah, I don't know. So for me, like I'm all for this, but also I want to see more Henry Cavill Superman as well. So
Yeah.
because I think Henry Cavill he's to me my favorite Superman ever. As much as I like Christopher Reeves, and the OG Superman movies, which I really do. I really like those. But for me, like Henry Cavill is like my Superman. So I want him to continue because honestly it'll be a travesty if we never get like a Man of Steel 2 or anything. So please Warner Brothers, please DC, find a way to continue this
Yeah.
with Cavill while also doing this new Black Superman because I mean, come on. DC is going they're not doing the DCEU as much anymore. Like ever since they like started Joker, as we know, the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix is not connected to the DCEU. That was just a DC movie that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
There, and then like and regardless of any of that, DC, I mean, we know they're doing Flashpoint, so you could find a way to make all this shit work. So bring in Henry Cavill, bring in the Black Superman, make it work. You guys can do it. I know you can. Do it all. Do it. Do everything. Fuck it. Who cares, man?
Yeah. And speaking of that, can I have my John Stewart Green Lantern, please? Like that's my Green Lantern. That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I want a movie about, not Hal Jordan. Look, I respect Hal Jordan. I want John Stewart, bro. That's the one I had. That's my Green Lantern. While we're asking WB for things and putting it out there.
Yeah. I, yeah, I don't
Uh,
know. We'll see. I know they were doing the Green Lantern show, but I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. But anyway, so please, DC, give me Henry Cavill Superman continued with this new Superman you want to do.
yeah,
Give me all the things, man. You're making movies based off comics, and you can do anything in comics. Don't give me that. I don't want to hear no bullshit about continuity and all this other crap. You can make it happen. But anyway, I digress. Uh, here we go with the last piece of news here, which is some Dungeons and Dragons movie news. Hugh Grant and Sophia Lillis have joined Chris Pine in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Uh, so Hugh Grant, I think everybody knows who that is. I don't really have to explain who that is. But Sophia Lillis, for those who are unaware, she was the one of the young girls from the It movies, from It 1 and It 2. I have not seen It 2. I've seen It 1. Uh,
I haven't
but
seen either of them.
that's probably her most recognizable role here. Um, but yeah, they're joining the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Hugh Grant has been cast as a main antagonist, so Hugh Grant's going to be the villain of the Dungeons and Dragons movie. And Sophia Lillis, I don't think does it say no, I don't think it says who she's going to be, but anyway, they're joining the Dungeons and Dragons movie. The plot is being kept under wraps. Hugh Grant will play the antagonist named Forge Fletcher, and Lilith will be playing the character named Doric. Okay, so we do have information. Yeah, there you go. Jonathan
Yeah.
Goldstein and John Francis Daly are gonna be directing this movie. And yeah, so just these two are joining the cast, which includes Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, and Reggie Jean Page. So there you go. There's your
I want
Dungeons and
this.
Dragons movie news.
I want this to be good. I want this to be good, but I am gonna say I'm not a Hugh Grant fan, so him being cast worried me a little bit. But we haven't even seen like a trailer or poster or anything really yet,
See
so
nothing.
I will
Yeah,
reserve judgment.
yeah.
Uh,
We don't know anything about this other than who's in it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
there's looking forward to it, hoping for good things, because
yeah,
D&D is coming back in a big way. If you've been paying attention to the news lately on this podcast, it comes up quite a bit. So,
yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah. All right, that's our movie news for the week. So
that's our news, y'all.
yeah.
It
Before
is
we head
complete.
over to the main topic, though, I think we should take a little quick break.
Yeah, let's take a break. I'll put some music on for you guys, and we
And
will come back
we'll be
after
back.
this. And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All right, we're in
There
for
we
part 2 of the show now.
WandaVision,
Which
WandaVision,
let me
WandaVision,
put
WandaVision.
a spoiler warning over here for us really quick. Now discussing WandaVision.
WandaVision,
Spoilers.
WandaVision. Yes, sir.
Boop, there we go. It's up.
We talking some WandaVision.
We are.
Alrighty.
Okay. How do you want to start this off, Daniel?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like the more recent times we've talked about this stuff, like when we did the Boys and Mando season 2, and kind of just we kind of just start wherever, right? So let's.
Yeah, we kind of pick out our favorite moments
I
from
guess where we
episodes.
usually start off is, did we like it?
Yes, we
And
liked it. I
I
liked it.
did. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yes.
I
I
did as well.
originally did not know what to expect because I was not familiar with the storyline and things that were happening. I didn't know what we would see, what would happen. I didn't know who would be in this. So for me, it was a case of like, I'm ready to go on this journey or on this ride, and I'm gonna let them drive, and I'm just gonna be along for it all, because I don't know what to expect. So, like I said, I ended up enjoying it. I think that the number one person who I think like absolutely killed it and knocked it out of the park was Paul Bettany as Vision.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking killed it. He did such an incredible job, which is not to say that like Elizabeth Olsen didn't as Scarlet Witch or Catherine Hahn as Agnes or whatever, because they all killed it. But for me, Paul Bettany was he killed it. Yeah, there was a lot of good acting for sure. And yeah, I don't know, just each episode like is so different than the last, because like it starts off as like a old like 50s sitcom or whatever, and it's in black and white, and each episode you move up a decade, and it's pretty great. It's pretty great. yeah, I didn't know what to expect from this. Like, I didn't know. Well, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! This is gonna be your final opportunity for everybody who's reading this. Are you ready? I'm gonna take a sip of this water, and by the time I'm done sipping it, your spoiler warning will be over. All right, your spoiler warning is over. If you're still listening to this, or if you're still watching this, and you haven't seen this, what the hell are you doing? But I will say, I'm gonna start talking about stuff. So I did not know that we were. Well, okay. Well, I knew from the trailers and the teasers and stuff or whatever that we would be getting the kids, Billy and Tommy, but I didn't know anything about them. Like, I didn't know powers they had, any of that stuff. I
Hey,
didn't know we fucking getting Quicksilver, back into this as getting the what's his name, the Evan Peters version from the X-Men movies, you know. Even though ultimately we know what his character turned out to be, it was so cool that they included that in this show, that version of the show. Um, the whole White Vision that we got at the end, in the last two episodes, was interesting. Um, yeah, Ralph Boner, your boy Ralph Boner, aka Quicksilver. So that I thought was gonna lead to something more, but it just they just pulled a sneaky on us and we're like, oh, he's just some guy here in the town.
mm-hmm.
They made to be this person. Yeah.
um, I was gonna say something. Oh, I I don't know the exact screen time for the characters pre of the show, right? So I don't remember how much Vision was in all the movies combined, how much Wanda was in all the movies combined, but I don't think it
Mhm.
added up to like an hour or so. Like they didn't. I don't remember them having a ton of screen time. If I
Mhm.
remember correctly, somebody in the chat might actually know the exact
Well,
number.
since Age of Ultron, which was the first movie that they were introduced in, right? They were both introduced in Age of Ultron. Obviously, Vision was created from Ultron, and Wanda and Pietro were in, you know, the Baron's whatever the fuck facility where they were just fucking with the. They were both introduced in that movie, and yeah, I don't know. Since then, from 2015 that movie came out until now, yeah, I don't think they're usually like I don't want to say side characters, but they're not like front and center. Like they never had their own.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think they had like a huge amount of screen time either between all that stuff. But they finally got their own thing here, and they got plenty of it. Um, and yeah,
Which is
like I said,
great. It was good to get
mhm.
to spend more time with those characters because we only get like a little bit of them in the movies, and they're granted they're badass in the movies, obviously.
Yeah,
But getting to see them in the show and see their character progression, particularly Wanda's from the start of the show to the end of the show, was really great. Um, Getting to see her kind of deal with her grief uh, and growth was really
yeah.
awesome, and getting to spend time with those characters was really great.
Mhm.
I also didn't that this is the show that I knew the least about going in. I think like I'd seen like the one trailer and then I didn't like look into it really that much because I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a big like they didn't like I wasn't a big fan of those characters. Not that I hated them or anything like that. It's just like hey, here's Wanda Maximoff and the Vision. I don't really know a whole lot about them. Um, but through the progress of the show, I fell in love with those characters.
You get to know
Big
more. Yeah,
fan of became a
spend more
big fan
time
of
with
them
them.
now. Yeah.
The episodes average from like half an hour to like 50 minutes. The last episode was 50 minutes. Everything before that was 30 to 40 minutes. So they were kind of ranged in length. I think the estimated time was like 6 hour. No, wait. Yeah, it was like 6 hours, right? If you combine everything together, that's kind of like their goal for all these shows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So yeah, when you say like the show you know least about, I don't know what the fuck is going on in Loki. Dude. I don't know. That's going.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
didn't know
don't really know anything going
WandaVision,
on
and
with it
I don't know
either.
what the fuck is going on in Loki. All that stuff is just we're kind of in territory from Marvel right now that I don't know a whole lot about. So I'm just gonna be going along for the ride. I'm excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're getting that not this upcoming week, but the week after. So that's exciting. But to go back to WandaVision, yeah, I I I liked all the side characters that we had. Like for example, um, I love Darcy in this
Mm-hmm.
more than I think. Like I mean, I just love Kat Dennings in general, but like the character of Darcy I thought was better in this than she was like in the Thor movies. Because like in the like she's like the comedic relief type character, but like I don't know. I feel like she was more enjoyable in this than she was in the Thor movies. But I mean, I love her regardless. I think Darcy and Kat Dennings, in particular, are both fine. But I thought she was cool. Jimmy Woo's character, Randall Park's character, Jimmy Woo was pretty cool in this. We get to see his magic trick that he got from Scott in the Ant-Man movies.
Yep.
Um, so I thought he was cool in this. And then we finally got to see uh Monica, who is now a woman, a grown lady, because the last time we saw her, she was a child in the Captain Marvel movie.
Yep.
So yeah, she was undercover as Geraldine in the early episodes. Um, but I knew from the beginning that it was Monica because I just know these things. But yeah, she was amazing as well. I liked her character also. I thought she did a fantastic job for what she was given with as well. Um, and the way that she was, integrated into the story was cool. There was that one episode that started with her. I forget which episode it was. If it was like 4 or 5, or the one where we start off and she's like getting reformed from the blip.
Yeah, we see the blip. I really
When
like that part.
when everyone is coming back after like the 5 years or whatever. That was fucking awesome. I love seeing that. That was great. Yeah,
Yeah, and you get to
yeah,
see
I
kind of the
forget what
fallout of the blip.
Majin says it was 4. I forget if it was 4 or 5, but it was one of those. Whichever episode start off with her, and we see everybody coming back from the blip, and they tell her that her mom has been gone for a couple of years now, and she's like, "What the hell? I've only been gone for like a minute or two, or whatever she says." And it's like, yeah, that was a fucking hell of a start to an episode. That might be my favorite start to an episode out of all of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hell of a start. It's very
Because that
it
is a
grabs
hell of
you.
a start.
It
Yeah.
grabs you the moment it happens and you see everybody scrambling and they're getting blipped back in
Yep.
and I really like that. Like that
Chun,
one give me that goosebump feeling.
like that's so nuts. Like the hospitals has so many people in it already, and all these people come back out of nowhere. Damn.
And they're like, we're over capacity. We can't handle this
Yeah,
many
they're
people.
they're way over capacity at that point. Yeah. But yeah, that was great. So I liked her. Yeah, like I said, I liked all the side characters, and then yeah, Catherine Hahn as Agnes was. I thought she was like fantastic. I thought she was great.
Other
Like
than
the okie dokie neighbor and the artichoke and all that bullshit was she played that like super
I
well.
will say, other than Into the Spider Verse, this is like my first knowing of Catherine Hahn, to be honest with you. But people are like, I
Okay.
love her, and I'm like, I don't know who she is really, but I like her too. Like I hadn't really watched anything else she had been in other than where she voiced a character
Yeah.
in Into the
She
Spider
was
Verse.
I believe Dr. Octavia she was Doc Ock in the Spider-Verse movie, right?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't think I had seen her in anything else. Really, or at
I
least
know
not enough
she's
that I remembered.
Yeah, she's in a ton of stuff, but yeah, I like some things people may recognize her from will be like some of she's usually in like what's the word for these type of movies? Like in comedic, like I don't know what the right word for it is. I'm like I'm blanking out. We'll just say comedies. She's like more known for being in like comedies and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's more into that kind of stuff. So yeah, I also don't know her from a lot of stuff, but comedic indies that works. That works. Thank you, Dubaba. That works. I was gonna keep the comedies, but yeah, comedic indies, that kind of thing. She's usually known for that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with her, but I thought she was great in this. I thought she was fantastic. She did a good job as like you know pretending to just be the what you call it um the as Wanda ends up describing her, the nosy neighbor. Um, but yeah, I thought she killed it as well. And I even thought the little kids, the Billy and Tommy actors, were pretty good too, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I thought they were good for what they did as well. Um, yeah. Do you have now that the show is over? Do you have a favorite episode out of the 9, or is that or
Um,
can you not pick
I
one
need to
out?
look at I need to look at a breakdown of it, to be honest, because I can't remember what happened in which episode because I'm really bad like
Okay,
that. So let me double check.
gotcha.
Um, I really like 4. I really like the blip. When it comes back and we see Monica get kind of redone. I really like the opening of that. I really like the Halloween Spectacular episode. That one's a lot of
That was
fun.
cool too. Yeah, I
Uh,
remember before the show even aired. I remember looking forward to that one specifically, specifically just because we get to see them in their classic costumes.
yeah.
Like that was like the main reason why I remember. I was like, I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah.
Um, so that one is absolutely really good. But honestly, my favorite one would probably be the finale. Um, just because a lot of cool shit happens in that one and that. But yeah, the
Hmm.
Halloween
Finale's really
Spectacular
good.
definitely spits out there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, episode 8. You know what? There's a lot of good episodes. It's kind of hard for me to pick
There
one
is.
because
Yeah.
so
No,
much good shit happens
it's
in like each one.
understandable. Speaking of the
Um,
finale, and speaking of costumes, let's talk about fucking Wanda's Scarlet Witch outfit, man. That thing is incredible. It's
yeah,
so cool
I
looking.
loved it. I think it looks great.
Not only does she look amazing in it, because she does, but it's a very badass looking costume too. And I love that I love the little headpiece that she has, and then the just all of it is just really cool looking. And the way she has her hair when she has that as well, it's different from how she normally has it. I don't know. I thought whoever designed that costume did a great job on that look because it was really really cool. And just like the scene where she transforms, she has like the hexes in the back and like uh Agatha is like I just been bamboozled and she's transforming and stuff. That is a great fucking scene right there. It's
Mm-hmm.
so cool. I'm glad we finally have not only Wanda, but now in the MCU we have the Scarlet Witch. So that to me is
Yeah,
one of the highlights of this entire show.
it's chaos magic, Wanda. That makes you the Scarlet Witch. Bam, bam, bam. It was a
Which,
name
by the
drop.
way, Agatha, when she was in her witch form, looked pretty cool too. To be honest,
Yeah, the costumes were great.
the makeup, the hair, the costume, everything that was on point. It was this show was on point with the costume, makeup department, and all that stuff. It's good,
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. And
Uh,
obviously the clothing.
the uh, the adverts were great. In those
Oh, the
early
ads,
episodes.
the
Yeah,
commercials, yeah, they're cool.
the little
I
commercial
liked
breaks.
how every time we were in one of the sitcom, episodes, yeah, we always had a commercial. The one that I was like, "Yo, this is crazy that they're doing this," was the one where like the kids stranded on the island and the shark gives him a snack, and it's like, eat this to survive, and he ends up dying anyway. I'm like, what the fuck is
And
going on here, dude?
the yo magic.
Yeah, like that's crazy, man.
It
And
was
like
true. I'm like, this is dark.
yeah, it was. It was.
uh,
I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Um, every time they did that, they kind of I tried to look out for the Easter eggs in those commercials because they all have, like the first one was like the Stark toaster or whatever the fuck it was, and then
mhm.
you know the Von Strucker watch, and it was cool seeing like how they connected to the MCU and
Hydra soap,
yeah,
all that
Hydra
stuff.
soap and all that stuff. Yeah, it was cool
Those were
seeing
fun.
how they connected.
Those were fun. Those were clever. I love a lot of the
Also,
openings are
yeah,
great
I was
too.
gonna say it was also interesting to see which sitcoms they went with for each
Hmm.
episode.
We
Malcolm
get
in
all
the
those cool,
Middle and
cool little
fucking
jingles and stuff too.
Bewitched, and yeah, it was great. It was really cool checking that out for sure. Um, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I enjoyed the show overall. It was a good 9 episodes. I I like this whole like waiting week to week thing that Disney Plus does because that gives us more time to like discuss and talk and what's the word I'm looking for? Like not because when like for example when Netflix drops something, it's all one and done. Everything, everybody talks about the show for a weekend, and then once it's over, it's like all right, we'll wait till next year or in 2 years whenever this comes back and talk about it again, right? Everybody binges that thing within the first day or the first couple days or whatever, and that's it. Nobody talks about that forever. And then for something like this and The Mandalorian, that's week to week, you talk about it every week. You see, you get to discuss with people like, yo, what are they gonna do next? Like, what do we have? What else do we have left to watch? Like I remember when they introduced Quicksilver, Evan Peters. You're like, what the fuck is like the possibilities of this? Like, what are they gonna do next? You know, you know what I mean? Like the potential of what they could do now with by doing this is crazy.
hmm
So
It's so
that was
funny too because
crazy.
Darcy's like, she recast Pietro.
That was
uh,
great.
there's a lot of good moments like that in this
She
series.
but Darcy was just us saying like what we were thinking, like what the fuck,
Hmm.
like how like what? So yeah, it was yeah, pretty but yeah, but that's why I like discussing and watching stuff week to week as opposed to like all at once. Um
Yeah.
for me personally, there's just more like there's more discussion out of it. There's just you just get more out of it in general as opposed to like, oh, here's all of it in one weekend and or one day and you get to binge it all and then everybody talks about it and then for like a couple days and then that's it. Um so yeah, I usually prefer that kind of deal as opposed to a binge type strategy that like Netflix and other places do. Um, and it's just cool. I like anticipating and waiting for you know, you have something to look forward to every week. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Instead of just having it all over and done with a day or whatever. But yeah, I think Marvel did a great job for their first or the MCU with their first like actual like the Marvel Studios version of a series,
Hmm.
um I think they did a good job. If the other shows are can be like this quality of greatness, then I think we're in good hands. um like I said, we have Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up next within not this week but the week after that. So that's exciting. um yeah, I mean, I thought the casting was great for this. I didn't even mention like the townspeople that are just like in the town under Wanda's, control and living as NPCs basically.
Yep.
Um, like Kitty from that '70s show. I forget the actress's real name, but if you know who I'm talking about, you know who uh she it was cool to see her in this show. Um, and yeah, I mean, I thought everybody like did pretty well. The director dude was they made him very not likable.
Hayward.
Yeah, Hayward, director Hayward, he was a piece of shit. Um, so I guess he did his job acting wise, right? Because like fuck this guy, fuck that guy, dude. He was a piece of shit. Um, yeah, man.
um,
Oh, another thing is every time they would end the episode with like fucking uh please stand by or whatever, like you're always like no, like damn it, like why Wanda, why?
mm,
uh,
uh,
I,
one of my favorite parts of the show happens in episode 8, so very late game spoilers if you haven't watched it
mhm.
yet, which if you're still here, I'm going to spoil the shit out of you anyway. Um, is when we go through and relive moments from Wanda's past, and see her kind of growing up and her family, her mom, her dad, and then watching sitcoms is kind of what gave rise to WandaVision as she saw it. But what I really liked is that we learned that Wanda's had like her magical abilities since she was a kid, right? Like before that, it was all like it's the Mind Stone, kind of gave it to her, but not really because we all kind of do that. Um, and that it was just kind of amplified by the Mind Stone to a point, and that I love a lot of that happens in episode 8 with all those moments. That's one of my favorite parts of the show. Um, but yeah. Also, I really love all the opening jingles. I really like Agatha All Along when that plays. Like that was so much fun and like silly and goofy, even though it's like a serious moment and stuff. Like I still really loved all the little jingles that would play.
Yeah, it was
Um,
Agatha all along. That
it was
and
Agatha
speaking of,
all
we haven't even
along.
mentioned all the crazy memes that have come from WandaVision. They're
Oh my
great, dude.
god, there's so many.
I have enjoyed immensely all of the memes from this show. The Agatha all along memes, the Agatha winking memes, the Vishan and Lawanda memes have been cracking me the fuck up. Uh, yeah, there's so many good memes
There's
from the
some
show, and
one
yeah,
of.
the
Oh, go
and
ahead.
then
Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say another reason why I love watching the show week to week is because you can theorize. There's the theories that come every
Mm-hmm.
fucking week from watching the show once a day, or no, once a day, once a week. It's great. It's fantastic. Like you don't get that from binging because you can just move on to the next episode.
Yeah,
We'll see what they did.
it kind of doesn't make you like when you binge something, you don't really theorize that much at all. Because
No,
yeah,
because it's like I could just watch the next thing.
one of my favorite meme lines though is what is beef if not cows persevering? Somebody put that on there and that made me laugh. Like a
One of
lot
my
of those are
favorite
pretty funny.
one of my favorite ones is one that I posted on my Discord, and it was like, uh, oh, it was something like, "What is drip if not sauce persevering?" Like God, those what is love if not what is grief if not love persevering, whatever memes are some of the funniest shits, man.
Which we laugh at it, but that line in that moment is
It's a good
so good.
Okay, while we're on the topic, the dialogue, the whole love story and dialogue between Vision and Wanda was I'm about it.
Uh huh.
Thought it was fantastic.
I agree.
I thought it
Um,
was great. Like, just you just get to see like it's like that one the eighth episode when we just see Wanda like on the plot of land they were supposed to be together on, and she's holding like the paper where he's like for us to grow old in, and like it's like
mhm,
damn, that sucks. Like they never really got to live it out like some of these other people did. Tony had Pepper. Steve didn't have uh Peggy until way later, after Endgame, but he still ended up with her. And like I feel like everybody kind of had their own thing here and there. And I mean, of course, Vision and Wanda did have their time because we did see in that same episode like when she would when they were in the Avengers compound and like he went to her room, right, and they were like talking and stuff. So obviously they had things like that, but I mean, yeah, it's kind of it makes you feel bad for him. It makes you feel bad for him that's the way that things ended with them. But yeah, it was all the dialogue, all that kind of stuff was really well. I also like the line where it was the finale, and it was after they defeated or after Wanda defeated Agatha, and kept her as the nosy neighbor imprisoned for whenever she needs her. And then Vision's like, let's go back home. And then um, they're just chilling, talking, and this is after they put the kids into bed, and it's just Wanda and Vision talking in the living room, and they see the red energy field thing that Wanda put up coming towards them, and they know their time is coming to an end. And Wanda's turning off the lights, and then Wanda turns off one light in front of her, and then Vision turns on the light behind her, and then he hears, and then she says, "I heard it's bad luck to say goodbye in the dark." She's like, "No, you didn't." He's like, "Oh, perhaps not," and then he's like, "I just wanted to see you clearly." And then she's like, "Okay," and he's like, "And there you are." And I'm like, "Damn, I gotta save that one for when I for that might be a good line to save for some point." You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
That was smooth, bro. That's a good line right there, man.
Mm, mm,
Like for a
yeah.
robot, you're smooth as shit, my guy. Or for
uh,
a pile of, or how did she mention describe him as a pile of the or is the mind stone that lives within me, and a pile of bones and blood or whatever that I put together or something like that.
yeah, something along like he asked
For for
her.
a for a fucking or a human sized vibranium, you're smooth, dog.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of great lines. The "thank you for choosing me as your mom" line kind of
Yeah,
hits
that
you.
that one. Yeah, that one's for the kids. Yeah, that's a good one.
Uh, which Majin pointed that one out in the chat. Um, that's a hard hitting line. There's a lot of good dialogue. The WandaVision has a lot of good writing to it. But we mostly talk about are talking about like mostly talking about the serious stuff that we love, the smooth stuff. But a lot of the early episodes with the comedy bits were really funny and hilarious
Yeah, dude.
and
Like I'm telling you, like I mentioned earlier, like at the beginning when we first started talking about this, Paul Bettany really killed it for me, dude. Like he was really, really good, man.
mm-hmm.
Like he was pretty funny in some moments, like when he like eats the gum and you see the little cartoon animation going down to his mechanical parts down there, and he and when he's like he mentions that what's his name is a communist and everybody just starts laughing and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff's pretty funny, dude. And when he was like flourish,
Yeah. Oh
flourish
my
in the
god, the
fucking
whole
the
magic
magic
show.
show.
The whole magic show was funny.
Yeah, dude, that shit was great, dude. I
Even
love
though,
that.
even though some of it didn't make sense, where she's like, "Hey, smoke and mirrors," hey, and the wind
Yeah,
kind of blows.
exactly.
How's he doing this?
Vision
All
was,
that shit's
you
funny.
know, doing Vision was just doing his thing, and Wanda was trying to come up with ways to make it believable. But like, yeah, man, that was fun, dude. Like, that was great stuff. I enjoyed even that. Yeah, and then of course, yeah, Jimmy Woo says it later on when he after he gets like shackled, he like takes him off and he's like flourish, and he
Flourish.
calls him up. Can you be here within the hour?
So he's not bluffing. It's
Yeah,
really funny. He's like, "Can you get here within the hour?" That was pretty funny.
yeah.
I really enjoyed Jimmy. Like getting to
Yeah,
see him like
it
more
was
in
good
this was
stuff.
good.
Yeah, it was cool having him be a part of
Yeah, and him and Darcy becoming like a fan of the show.
the show.
Uh,
Yeah, when she's like eating chips and they're talking about kids and she's like, "Oh, do you want some?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. It'd be nice to have a bunch of little Jimmy Woos running around everywhere." He's like, "Chips." Like that was great.
yeah.
It's just moments like that that I think are pretty fun between the side characters.
And it's something you could explore in a series more than you would if it
Yeah,
were
in a
just in
movie.
film.
Yeah,
You know,
because
like
obviously we don't. Yeah, it's yeah. Like you
because
said,
unless it's like
not
a
something we
comedy
get a whole lot.
bit, unless it's like a comedy film, you don't get a whole lot of those moments in in like an MCU action movie. Like you only have 2 hours. We can't fit this goofiness in here, so we cut
Exactly.
it, right? So
That's
getting
why
the
that's why this format of TV show is fantastic.
and I want more. I want more of the. I want more of these shows.
When
Uh,
we're getting them, man, we're getting a shit ton of them. So I'm very excited. I really
yeah,
like WandaVision. I'm again, if this is the quality that they're going to be at, I'm very excited for the future.
same. Um, what else can we talk about?
I'm trying
And
to think of stuff because I don't want to miss out on anything because I know usually when we talk about this kind of stuff, there's always something I always miss out on. It.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to look. I'm looking over the wiki page just so I can
Talked
like.
about the casting, talked about the makeup and the art and the clothing and the characters and yeah, I mean, I don't think I was trying to. I asked you earlier, like, what was your favorite episode, and I was trying to think of what mine was, but I don't like. I really like the finale a lot too, but I don't know. I think I don't. I don't know if I have one. I think I just enjoyed all of it as one kind of one
Hmm.
long thing. Even though it wasn't like a bingeable thing, it's just 9 episodes of this one show. Is I kind of see it as all just being one whole
It's one
complete
giant movie.
package. Yeah,
It's one giant 9 episode movie.
6 hour movie. That we're
Yeah.
just having fun watching over here. But yeah, I really liked having Monica in this. Oh, here's what we didn't talk about: the implications of of the last episode of what we're gonna be expecting here in the future. So at the very end, we have like 2 post-credit scenes. One of them is we have Monica meeting a Skrull in the theater, where potentially she is gonna be in. Well, we know she's gonna be in Captain Marvel 2, and then also Secret Invasion with Nick Fury and Talos, the homie Ben Mendelsohn.
Hmm.
That'll be interesting. I'm curious about that. I like me some Monica. I obviously think Nick Fury's a cool character, and I liked Captain Marvel for what it was. It's not one of my favorite MCU movies, but I mean, I like Brie Larson, and I thought the movie was fine. My problem with Captain Marvel is I generally, for those who don't know, I generally am not a huge fan of like flashbacks and like telling a story out of order. Like I prefer when stories just give it to me like, start, finish, start, middle, finish, or whatever. But like
Hmm.
whereas Captain Marvel, it's like, all right, we're going here, flashback. We're going here, flashback. We're going here, we're going over there. Going here, that's kind of how that movie felt for me. So I'm not. It's like in general, I'm not a super fan of that. It really depends for me. Like it really depends for me. Like that. Like it's very finicky. Like I don't hate the movie, but it's not my favorite. I love the '90s stuff in that movie, Buster and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I digress because we're moving away from WandaVision. I bring it up. Yeah, I usually am more of a appreciate more of a linear story for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, uh, yeah, I bring that up though because yeah, Monica's gonna be involved in Captain Marvel 2 and Secret Invasion, so that's cool. I like her. I want to see more of her and that stuff. And then Wanda, as we know, was in the last post-credit scene, and she also, as we know, is going to be involved in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and that's going to be very interesting because there's going to be a lot of like crazy multiverse shit going on with that and Spider-Man 3 or No Way Home, as we talked about earlier. Spider-Man No Way Home and multiverse and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, I'm very intrigued on what the hell's going to be going on with all of that.
Yeah.
Uh, so that is very interesting to see, like, you know, the future. Also, with WandaVision over, are we officially in phase 4 now, or what phase are we in?
I don't know.
I need to know which phase we're in because I feel like we were stuck on one of the phases for like forever.
I'll be back 2 seconds, Daniel, but you keep going.
Yep. So
I can still hear you.
no, you're good. Go for it. So I'm looking up here the phases because I'll be honest, everyone. I know that we were in like phase 1 obviously ends with the Avengers. Phase 2 ends with Ant-Man. So okay, so phase 3 ended with Far From Home. Okay, so we are in phase 4 now. All right. So WandaVision is the first thing of phase 4 then, right? That is very interesting that we're starting off a phase with a TV show. Obviously, like, you know, we would have had Black Widow by now. Uh if things were if we were not in a pandemic riddled world at the moment, then things would be a lot different. That we would have had a lot more stuff in phase 4 by now. But I mean, yeah, I guess technically this is the first thing, right? WandaVision is the first thing of phase 4. That is pretty cool. Um the next thing is obviously Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then after that, I believe we're getting like I want to say how long after that? When does Falcon and Winter Soldier end? Because I know that at some point we are getting the Black Widow movie. I don't know exactly how long, but I know that after that movie is over or after that show is over, we're getting Black Widow. I just don't know what the time difference is. Like how like 6 weeks? Okay, so that's not too bad. Because then after Black Widow, we have to wait what, like maybe another month after that for Loki.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of getting a steady stream of Phase 4 things here for the next couple of months. Now that we're finally in Phase 4, um, yeah. So Black Widow's May 7th, Loki's June 11th, and also apparently Shang-Chi is coming out in July. So yeah, I mean we should have Loki and then Shang-Chi like right after that, like a month after, and then Eternals in November. And then after Eternals, a month later, we're getting No Way Home, Spider-Man. So we're getting a pretty steady, solid stream of Marvel stuff here for the rest of the year, I think. Which is pretty cool.
Hell yeah, bro.
Pretty cool.
Apologies to you, chat. I had to get food.
Um let's see. Yeah, I think that's kind of how that goes. All right, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So
Dope.
yeah, we have a steady stream of Marvel stuff here until like the end of the year. So very, very nice. Because yeah, March 19th, Falcon Winter Soldier, June 11th for Loki. And then at some point, also later this year, in addition to the movies that I just mentioned, we're getting Miss Marvel and Hawkeye. Point. Because I was looking on Instagram earlier and I saw that Miss Marvel has finished filming.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you had posted it or retweeted it or put it in your Discord or something.
Yeah, I put it on my Discord. It was like them just talking about how they're done shooting for Miss Marvel.
I'm excited for that. That'll be fun.
That'll be cool, yeah.
Because I became a Miss Marvel fan from the game.
From the game, yeah, because that's where I know more for. Like I was familiar with the character, but I mean, I didn't know her a whole lot
I
before the
didn't know
game.
her like really at all.
Yeah, and then and also another thing, I forgot to put this into the news today, but they released posters for or Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah,
They released 4 character posters. It was one for Falcon, one for Winter Soldier, one for Sharon Carter, and then the other one for the Baron Zemo. Which, dude, that comic outfit looks sick, dude. I can't wait to see that in
yeah, boy.
action. So if you want to throw that up there, let me get you a link, or unless you got it already.
I do. I have a
All right, cool.
deadline article, but let me get each poster up on its own really quick.
All right.
That way we can go through them all.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. Okay. Here we go. Here's the first one. We have the Falcon.
There he is, the Falcon, and then
We have your boy Bucky.
Buck. It's still weird to me seeing him with the short hair,
Yeah.
but yeah, whatever. It's a cool character poster though. He's the Winter Soldier. So we got the 2 main title characters of the show right there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Sharon right here. One of the only 2 ladies that Captain America got to kiss after coming back from being frozen for all those years.
Yep. And then the big one,
And then there's Baron Zemo.
who looks
Which
great.
he looks badass, dude. I wanted him to have this costume in the movie, but I'm glad we're finally getting it here in the show because that looks so cool, dude. That looks so
Mm-hmm.
cool. Yeah, I that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. And then Majin brings up a good point in the chat how like Falcon is facing one way, Bucky's one way as well, and then Sharon is facing the other, and then
Yep.
Baron Zemo's just straight ahead, just looking dead at you. Which I don't know if that means anything or not, but just a little observation.
It's pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, Falcon the Winter Soldier streaming on March 19th. I wonder if we're gonna get 2 episodes for that as well right away, or just one and then like one a week for that. But
I don't
anyway,
know.
we shall see.
But yeah, there's those posters we didn't show earlier.
Yep, forgot to mention those. I knew I'd forget something because I mean it's been 2 weeks since we did this, but anyway. Yeah, so that's WandaVision. We really liked it. Really enjoyed it. I really don't have anything too bad to say about this, other than I was maybe a little bit disappointed with what they did with Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not like that. I'm not that pressed. It's just like, oh, I thought there would be more like, I thought there would be more out of that. But I'm not like, fuck the show for fucking
Oh,
pulling
we
a
didn't
quick
even
one on them.
mention White Vision.
I did like briefly, but yeah,
White Vision's pretty cool.
we didn't really expand upon him a whole lot.
Well, we only get him for like an episode, right?
It was like the end. It was like the post credit scene, and then like the finale.
Yeah.
Post credit scene for episode 8, and then yeah, the finale of which, by the way, speaking of White Vision, that ship of Theseus talk he had with the other Vision was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I require elaboration when they were just discussing about like which one of them was the real one, or if they were the real one.
And it means we're gonna get more Vision in the future from. So
We'll see. I'm curious to see how that, like, if we'll be getting more of him from, because of that.
because they did not destroy him or kill him off or anything. He escaped, and then we never see him again.
So we shall see.
So that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, and then Majin brings up talking about the um Jimmy's missing person and if it's significant at all in any way.
I don't know.
Just like I remember, like when Monica was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go meet up with somebody." I'm like, "Yo, who's she gonna meet up with, dude? Like, who is this person?" But yeah, just
All
little
right.
things like that that maybe we'll find out about. Maybe we shall see.
I don't think I have anything else really to say about it other than I absolutely love the show. I like the
Yep.
direction that we're moving in, and I'm really excited
hmm
for.
I'm excited for the rest of Phase 4 because we got a lot of stuff coming, man.
Yeah.
Literally the rest of this year, like I mentioned, from now until December, we have like there may be a couple weeks break between the next thing, but we're getting a lot of Marvel this year, so that's pretty cool. Considering we got nothing last year, it's cool how we're just going to be getting hit with a steady stream of things. So very exciting. Looking forward to seeing all of it. Um, yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure there's something that I forgot about, but I just brains brains work in mysterious ways.
True.
Um, yeah, I really enjoyed it all. I do find it kind of weird how it was like 9 episodes and not 10 or not 8, because like 9 is such a weird number to end on. Is
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
Most shows are usually like 8 episodes, 10 episodes, like they're even numbers. This was an odd one. It's like 9. It's like what? Yeah, Darcy's debriefings for the week stuff was great. I love Darcy.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what else there is. I think we pretty much went over everything. I will say that we will be doing one of these again for Falcon and Winter Soldier when that's up,
Absolutely.
and we'll probably be doing it for other Marvel things because we're getting a lot of Marvel things this year. So
And we're
we'll,
both big fans of that, and we definitely watch it all. So,
indeed. So we'll be hitting you guys with some more Marvel things here.
all right. Well, I think that's
Indeedio.
everything that has kind of stood out in our minds that we
I think
discussed.
so.
So let's say our goodbyes, guys. How about that? We'll finish up our goodbye screens. You're up, Daniel.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of the Clockwork Cantina, episode 65, WandaVision. It was a fun one. We had a lot of news because we hadn't, hadn't done this in a little bit, but we're back. We should be back again next Saturday, I think, or this upcoming
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, right? We're
We
gonna
should
try
be.
to go back to our normal slate. Hopefully, if all goes well, uh, we'll be back, and that episode should be uh shit. What is it?
I
I
believe
want to
it's
say,
the bracket one you came up with.
yeah, it might be the movie bracket one because of March Madness. I kind of want to do a little movie March Madness bracket. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we'll be doing that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'll have to. You guys will see what that's about. We're gonna that yeah. If you're familiar with March Madness, the NCAA March Madness tournament thing, we're basically gonna have a bracket of that for video games. So keep an eye out for that on Saturday. We'll be doing that. For me on stream, I'm doing Control. I'll be playing some Control tomorrow on stream. check that out. We're currently going through that. It's a whole lot of fun. I'm enjoying the game. Uh, that's gonna be a good time. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. We'll see maybe if like Josh said, maybe if there's gonna be some D&D going on here pretty soon. I know he wants to work on some one shots and whatnot. Yeah, keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I'm playing stream on my channel, so check it out. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Have a good one. See ya.
Hi guys, thank you for my camera's not centered. Thank you for supporting the show. We appreciate all that. If you liked the show, please, this is me having to do the sellout mode, which is make sure to follow us on all the social medias and stuff and hit the follow button. Because Daniel and I do this show every Saturday. Try to do it every Saturday. Things come up, life happens, but for the most part, every Saturday. And we talk about all the good news and try to have a topic every week. So if you liked what you saw, hit the follow button and subscribe on the YouTube and join the Discords and all that cool shit. Coming up, well, D&D's Frozen Decimation's on break, so there is no D&D tomorrow. I'm going to work on some one-shots and things that we'll be coming up with to play a little bit of, just to kind of give me a little bit of a break from the other game for a little bit. Streams, I might try to stream this week because D&D is on break and I really don't have much to do here at home other than work out. So that's going to do it for us here, guys, and we will see you hopefully next Saturday or on our own individual Twitch streams. Until then, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, and we love you guys. Bye-bye.